to what they know, playing against an opponent that is no stranger this time around.
Reality setting in now. This is a massive game. Life on the line. And EDG reeling off the back of that EG game. That's not going to be a sweet taste in the mouth after having such a brutal end to things. And again, though, I turn my mind towards Bili and our expectations coming to this. Yes, regionally, people know of this side, but seeing how well they performed, breaking the repeat curse that most teams can't get past against NRG, they've shown real viability. But here, as I said, a familiar foe and a patient beginning.
Really are stacked up here at Hookah. That's where there's a little bit of pressure towards a shot. Boombot will indicate presence elsewhere. Just stacked up on this tripwire. Very unorthodox, but careful on the other side of things. Kung will be dug out by Yosemite. They're winning out on the other side as well, though.
Yeah, Howdong trying to correct this and does as best he could by finding two. We noted the third, and actually YZ giving an opportunity up. That's a 2v2 and maybe a mistake made.
Problem being, though, nobody has to recover the spike, and K-Knight will find a crucial kill. G2 with a response, though, puts it to a 1v1.
What an explosive game so far. 20 seconds really on Chi-Chu to make that move, get that spike, do what he can. He knows where K-Knight is. He gets the spike. 13 seconds now, tries to make a run for it, gets away. K-Knight closing the gap now. Can he deny this? Go for the plant. Camera up, noted, location is revealed, but still Chi-Chu catching K-Knight in the end with the Red Bull clutch to start this off.
And the man who stepped up in Kung's absence previously here delivers a pistol round. A Red Bull clutch nonetheless to get EDG on the board. It's very unorthodox here, the setup towards Hookah. It almost felt like EDG were maybe, yes, they felt like they won out in terms of the initial trade, but that third player really causing issues, forcing them into recovery mode. Well invested here for round two. Bulldogs across the board. A scope in hand for Kung.
Camera taken out.
EDG walking long. Not going to get contact, but you noted it. Stack up again. That's lovely. Biank the one to be on the receiving end of that, and this encourages Spurs on the approach. There is still another player towards Hookah. Oh, what? Must have seen something, or just a shot in the dark that worked out, reading into that stack.
Spike planted.
3v5 now for Bili on the retake. And a 2v5 now. Smoggy finding another spam. K-Knight will fall. The two remaining members on the flank here. Yosemite down towards Fountain. It's going to be difficult for them to really pin down any sort of damage or even a kill.
Even exits, they've got the whole CT. CT's already being cleared. It's like, hey, it's safe if you want to come out this way, but nobody is going for a little bit of a walk. That is a Bulldog. With CT so clear, you're expecting contact and a punishment on that. Somebody's going to find one paint. Shell could be a bit of an issue. You want to keep this clean. An expensive round two for EDG. Nobody going down. They can recover the Bulldog. And now there's an issue. They can't keep all in hand. I think one would be lost there potentially. But still, three standing, not the end of the world.
Big thing, Kung coming back and upgrading from the scope. So will keep a Bulldog in hand. Opportunity, obviously, with the chamber. Well,
Christ.
I was going to say, an opportunity to ride through the headhunter, but it looked like he was straight onto the operator for a moment there.
I want to see what he goes for.
That was how Howdong found that.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, he didn't see anything.
Yep. And you can see Kange's really toying with the idea of whether or not to go for that up early on. Deciding against it, looks like the Stinger is coming out for now. Headhunter locked and loaded. Full buy on the other side as best you could get.
Blinded.
An early presence revealed towards B.
Some opportunity here though, with Howdong already on the orbital strike. Whether or not EDG can find themselves a plant. Or even try and maybe pin down a kill. It's a bold investment though, with no initial advantage created. Double stack towards Showers here.
This could catch him off.
I was going to say, this could really catch Kung
Oh,
off guard. Which feels like Bili are targeting this sort of play.
Okay, it's not a winnable fight for him there. Walking in dry on that, they did decide to kind of almost set up that trap. We're seeing it towards Hookah now, we're seeing it here towards Shower. But again, the reaction is clean coming out from EDG. Taking over the space that looked available. Can't capitalize on that utility just yet, but obviously signifying great deals of presence. TP's already taken there, committing to this.
So they achieved nothing with the first wave of smoke, bang.
Oh.
How long has Smoggy have found kills?
Yeah, Swing and CT are like, that was perfect. K-Knight though, what a shot on the second, but it's not enough to completely clean house. Down to a 2v2, and bear in mind what EDG came in with. This is still very dangerous with Howdong standing. That ult is still in play. Bianc finally making over towards A, but caution being aired after that swing towards CT. A tap on the spike, and with 13 seconds, this is rough. Yeah, lovely work there. Howdong now.
A
chance of
Got the spike.
danger, yes. Not gonna happen. BLG, Bili, just about getting a grip on things in the end.
Damage done, but like I said, there wasn't enough achieved in terms of site control once that first wave of smokes goes up. Again, when the smoke on cross next to default drops, it makes it increasingly difficult to even convert that towards a post-plant situation. Nonetheless, will force the repurchase in certain areas for Bili. They still maintain rifles across the board. One away from the pit, neural theft online already. We already noted the orbital strike for Howdong. And Kang. Still toying with the idea of an operator.
He's thinking about
yeah.
it. And again, not leaning into it just yet. Have to see when that does decide to come through. What's the indicator that they want to start leaning towards it? Not really being given much of a chance. We've been seeing those stacks throughout for Bili. And again, good for the defending side to be able to get that first real round for themselves on the board, break that trend that EDG could have set. And again, these patient beginnings, trying to maybe feel out these stacks if they're up to any sort of naughtiness.
Well, that's the naughtiness here. It's a 4 stack on B. But Spike not committed. It's positioned over towards short. Southside market.
One of the benefits, though, of having that cipher, you can play this 4-1.
Absolutely, yeah, because it feels like this is a full kind of information gathering or receiving setup here for a retake. It's already, the smokes will be the indicator. Yeah. The rotation, though. Orbital strike actually committed to clear underneath Heaven.
I'm not sure what the goal of that was. If maybe I'm missing something there, but
If they didn't fill out the stack, maybe they're thinking that somebody is tucked in playing safe on backside.
now
Maybe an over-investment.
looking at what they have remaining, though, for this retake, you're looking at Bianc there. No flash yet to play with. YZ has a lot of utility, so maybe he could be the one to start this, but Bianc, I don't know how long until he's got that flash back up, and still it's a dry walkout. It's so easy for EDG. Nothing. Even with 4 players there, they burnt through all that utility, not giving themselves any chance to really spur on this take back towards the site. YZ and Yosemite have nothing to do with this. They might as well back away here, try and keep those rifles. EDG are grinning. After what was maybe a questionable ult, it works out well enough that they don't get punished by any means. Smoggy finds the pointy end of the stick, but that's not the end of the world. They'll be fine going forward. They keep 4 standing, and EDG comfy here.
Maybe not feeling massive amounts of pressure makes EDG believe there is a stack towards B. Maybe not a 4-man stack, but anticipating somebody playing backside with these deep smokes towards Pimes and Heaven. See, the read in that regard was actually correct. They're happy to completely block off any entry point back onto A site for Bili. The 2 rifles come into this as Stinger now, actually, in the mix. K-Knight.
Caution here.
The big advantage here for EDG. Maybe string a couple of rounds together. Ooh, flash out of smoke.
Yep. Try and slip in with a frenzy. Fantastic spot. Good trade for Smoggy. And actually an explosive response. Smoggy wants to take full control off this, force them further away, and not going to find much with it, but he does. Well, he doesn't know how much he's gathered, but he has the full sight for now. See how far back Bianc fell, all the way back towards elbow. K-Knight's running. And they felt out. This is looking like a pressure point here. Worth trying to clear through quickly, as you could already see the pace and the amount of space that Chichu's gathered. They can basically secure the site. That's a plant now.
I swear.
Oh
My God.
Lovely read of the timing.
Yosemite, no chance to even have a say in this. Bianc did find a rifle, but YZ undoubtedly falling here in pipes. Puts him in a 1v4. Kang the only viable option for a kill, but doesn't even look like Biank's going for it.
No. Okay, now one off the ult too. We might start seeing that coming out. Biank, what are you meant to be doing about this? Can you make it costly? Do anything? EDG so far not really feeling much resistance. No, not at all. Comfy again. I want to see Bili getting... Bili needs to get fired up here. They're looking way too passive. It feels like I'm watching them play Fnatic again rather than them playing NRG. It's a common opponent that they know, they're aware of, but I want to see some of that aggression, that late round confidence. These buys have been sparse, yes, but show me a little more.
And we were talking about familiar opponents. Those are the sort of things you want to see from players like YZ, right? From Biank, and also K9 in that regard. Yes, on the Cypher, but he's been pivotal in terms of some of the set pieces they have been executed. You see a timeout here. Maybe this is the point of this half where we'll see a little bit of an adjustment, because they're looking very receptive right now, and EDG aren't playing into it. Their pacing here is definitely suiting them on the attack.
And it's not really a flashy game so far from EDG. It's not dependent on your kind of, you know, Kang doing too much. Smoggy's doing very well, but again, it's just kind of run-of-the-mill entry work, very, very well-rounded, but again, it's not super flashy. We're not seeing that. We're seeing EDG just playing a very good, composed game against Bili, who are not being disruptive, who are not getting into those corners that we saw them exploiting time and time again, getting aggressive mid to late round, disrespecting smokes. They've not been in those positions to punish. Now, we have seen timeouts like this from Bili working well for them. Yes, the lie we all tell ourselves there.
Yes.
But again, they've got a couple ults here. They've got a couple of bits to work with. A nice purchase as well. I need to see them start determining outcomes. I need to see them kind of kicking back into what made them so good.
Opportunities coming online now with some of the ultimates for Bili. Just missing the Showstopper and the Seekers. I might see the pit off the rip here. It's finally Kang has an operator in hand.
Trickier to use now.
Launching smoke.
So Yosemite's going to be playing towards this. Does have a judge, so that's going to be pretty much a good portion of the map kept under control for Bili. There's very little to do. Yes, they could potentially adjust through showers, but you can see also the adjustment of K9's utility. So really that A site is looking very well fortified. So eyes turn towards B. Can they figure it out? To play towards long? Why is he in what was an unorthodox position when we initially saw this, but now we've started to see it more, more and more often. This could be a common position for him. Let's see if EDG are aware of it and how they deal with this look. Didn't quite get to turn the flash, but Smoggy...
the pinch shell so well timed.
Unbelievable.
Find themselves a kill. Quick hop through the TP. Nobody has found space towards showers, but with utility in his way.
Camera, they found my wire.
Not going to be given a chance to play off the trip here.
No, so Yosemite's going to be left into kind of his own corner. It's on the likes of K9, who's done very well. Follow-up should be there, and it is. Big work, 27 seconds out, down to just 2, though. Yosemite's still in that pit. He hasn't quite left yet. We've got to look at the rest of the fight. Nobody careful, and the smoke tries to play ahead. Yosemite gets caught out, and now it's just Rin in a 1v2, but the spikes... Oh, it was so close to him. Trying to defend it as best he could, but Chichu catching and making the map feel impossible to play out, and EDG rolling through this game now.
Built themselves up a massive bankroll as well. Unfortunately, Bili's still up against the ropes in that regard. With the investment here as well, Orbital Strike comes out, the pit invested.
Got the timing on that Seeker too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Yosemite's in a situation where judge in hand, banking somebody being right on the outside of the smoke. See the frustration starting to show.
You want to
A
play?
four-round
Let's
deficit
play.
now. Sort of force in hand for Kang. Looking very comfortable here. Oh, hang on.
Mini-map moment, maybe. But again, if you're walking long, you're kind of hoping you're focused up. But speaking of focus, the marksman finds his prey. Kang. Ooh. Not bad, but need a bit more. Maybe K-Knight's the one. Only going to find one. Down to 2 now. Revealing Kang's position, yes. But how much can Biank do here? Yosemites off on the other side. They've already secured CT. A comfortable plant again.
Spike
They're
planted.
just keeping them isolated. Bianca's position's noted. You can already see the readjust coming around from Kangkang, playing towards long to make that cross near and impossible. It's a beautiful post-plant setup.
Yeah, the pitch just causes so many issues.
There's no way in. With Kangkang in this position, what are you meant to do?
Say Bianca tries to find something with the Trailblazer, but aware of the possibility, you noted it, the cross marked here, and Kangkang will punish. Looking fairly clinical here from EDG.
Yep. This is going to start weighing heavier on Bili. They are not having the form you wanted, and this must be frustrating, incredibly disheartening, because they've had those glimmers of how good they can be, how close this matchup could be potentially. But as it stands, EDG are just firmly in control. Maybe more of that experience on international stages kicking in, playing to all the advantages they have, but this is Bili's map choice. Needed to see a little more than this. We go back in. So they're trying to maybe post up a little to catch. If Kangkang did decide to go for another walk towards A, not the option this time. Adjusting towards showers here, rifle this time around in hand as well. And you can see the funds, I mean, it's swelling out of control here. EDG can buy as long as they need to.
Yeah.
It's on Bili to try and change something here.
Well, to take the initiative, it's another example where EDG starting a fairly spread default. So opportunities there. Bili, unfortunately, just maybe feeling the anxiety of the finances.
Look at the timing on this pinch. It's so well crafted. And the follow-up is stunning. Somebody's there, but the spam, they're so aware of one more player. Smoky tries to go back and check on him, but he does lose his life for it. Now, overwhelmed and surrounded, nobody just going all the way around. Kangkang fully aware that CT's that next layer. Oh, it's clinical. And EDG are playing like the favored side. They are playing to their skill, not allowing Bili anything in this. This is a massacre so far.
I guess if we do see another timeout called.
Maybe.
And very few opportunities left, and there's 4 rounds remaining for the first half. Very, very few positives, tangibles for Bili to really act upon.
One enemy remains.
I said there are opportunities, but here with the risk of the finances, giving away a rifle, creating an advantage for EDG, because time and time again, every time they find a kill, they are converting that.
Yeah.
There's minimal resistance past that first point of contact as we progress through the round on the side of Bili.
It's nobody first. K-Knight, glass cannon with a rifle, and he wins that fight. He had to hit the headshot, and he does. Went on any longer, there'd be problems. Information received. 3 players in the right place for now, but 1 minute 20 on the board. There's still a lot of time for readjustments, but I like this. Look at what Bili doing on the rest of the map. Taking space. This is what made them great before, but EDG will be aware of this. This team will know what they like to do. Do they read it well enough to be prepared?
Rin the only one to really explore this side. Previously, Smoggy looks aware.
They're so aware. Again, oh God, they're reading them. They are reading them like it's an open book left on the table. Yes, it caught off a couple of different teams. North America suffering, a couple of others, yes. But this right now, I mean, you're seeing someone who's played this side.
Yeah, and I think to come back to that same point, EDG are just, they're so familiar here. They're reading some of the trap plays we saw early on, some of the mid-rounding here. I mean, Yosemite has to find this. Will. TP away. There's an opportunity for him to fall there.
Team's having the utility for this post-plant. K-Knight is giving them a real chance. How long on Smoggy?
Player standing.
And where's that final player? He's got the ult, he's got a molly, he's got everything he needs, and YZ is trying to clear house, he's trying to get him down here. Already got the ult gonna come in, make sure they can't even get towards half. They're trying to hunt him out, and he's denied the first. K-Knight's fallen, molly to the site. Oh, it's heartbreak. I don't know if he can get to this. No, he absolutely cannot. EDG relentless throughout this game.
The Red Bull clutch for Haldong. The back of the ultimate. A little heartbreaking to see this sort of deficit here. Looks like K-Knight. Still going to throw a rifle back in it. Rin's going to be struggling. YZ will be okay. Bulldog in hand for Bianca. As we enter round 10.
to see him activate, Mike, because as it stands, EDG are just walking through them. They have a goal in mind, and it doesn't really matter who's in the way. For now, we go back. 2 players to try and hold this B site together. Kang left over towards A. Can he command the presence of 3? The work towards long begins. Biank actually going to get caught by this, and yeah, he's very vulnerable. Oh, that's a mistake. And even success on the other side of the map. You could not ask for a better start here for EDG.
Well, say that.
This could help. Oh, there's no respect. They are so confident in this. EDG are focused on this. YZ, yes, good positioning. Paint shell could be great, but look who's closing in. The killer himself, Kang, takes away YZ, who could have held them back. And Rin, no molly, no ult, but a chance. First step taken in a 1v2. Chichu, angle too good, and again, no resilience.
The timing, you noted it, absolute perfection from Kang. Even here, EDG happy to roll the dice on a play like this, barrel into the TP.
Not short there.
Beautiful shot. Distinct, because this default hasn't been punished. They can pressure both extremities at the same time. Bili not really challenging that backline. EDG have had free roam of the first 20 to 25 seconds every single round.
It just strengthens that confidence, doesn't it, for EDG? Feeling good about this, knowing that Split's up next. Your choice. You're sitting at 9-1 already. Oh, K-Knight! Finally, a little life in him. Holds back the first 2, and Biank's gonna try and play close to this. Nice choice. This could be great. Could be rewarded, and it is for 1. The best you could achieve, really.
Down B.
With just that gun in hand, but look who's lurking. Look who's creeping closer.
All 3 towards the flank.
Looks like it. How do they read that?
Last time they did get quite aggressive on one of the post plants in towards CT.
What do they have?
I mean, no snake bite, so they basically have to commit to an engagement.
But Rin's got near on full kit. Molly, 2 smokes. Oh, they got a lot to play. Oh dear. But
2
look,
satchels for YZ as well.
Teleport's ready.
I don't know if that makes a difference for Kang. He'll still catch up. Let's see. Here comes the challenge. Here comes the first. Whoa, I thought he might have a go on that one there. Mollied off from the angle. It gives them an opportunity towards this. Ult comes in. They're already running. They've got to get around towards elbow, but the smoke's already here. Bili finally getting another on the board. Dealing with Kang. Can they give themselves just a window to work with?
Last round in the half.
Staring down a 10-2 half on the other end of it this time for Bili. But K-Knight just looks so sharp in some of these rounds. Beautiful stuff from him. Really just stood up to the challenge in a couple of these rounds on the side of Bili. EDG though, comes to the last round, Smoggy on the operator here, 1 off the showstopper. Tour de force here, Seekers available.
You want to play?
And
Let's
possibilities
play.
of another couple.
I don't know if you want to play. YZ. Is he checking? Is he checking? Oh my god! Oh, and the punish on the backup!
Confidence man, he just
He's chasing.
swings that.
He's getting closer as well. He's clearing as he goes. Kang is unstoppable in this. He has not been dealt with. He's gone unchecked, and that confidence has just gone out of this world. Chasing him down, hunting him out of the round, and out of the last chance in this half.
Lock down the site now. All 3 players for Bili trying to make their way back through CT. Trailblazer invested very early on. K-Knight does decent damage there, just not a kill.
Gotta close that gap. K-Knight still trying, still firing, but he's gone down. And the trades and the numbers were always going to be favorable here towards EDG after a start to that round that Kang gave them.
Switching sides.
This has been a hard half for Bili. Struggling against a common foe, a familiar opponent, and look at this. Again, hunting down on that Viper's bit, the right choice, but backing himself the full way.
Yeah, done really well throughout this. Like I said, we didn't really see Bili get off the starting block, to be honest.
Well, let's take a second pause for thought here while we actually hear from EDG.
也不是太难过吧，就因为打一级知道他们很强吧。我觉得这场比赛的失利就相当于我们在东京的时候输给 Liquid 一样，就吸收下经验吧，然后通过比赛来找到我们比赛中的状态跟比赛的那个打法的错误吧。然后这场比赛虽然说输了，但是我们大家都会很认真的去做准备吧，因为这场比赛说实话也是帮我们打醒了吧。对，就还是会有不顺的，我们还是需要为我们的临场反应做更快的调整。输给一级这场，说实话帮我们明白了我们更多的不足吧。然后我们现在就还是先总结，因为还没结束嘛，这个系列赛还没结束，对。然后我们不会就此放弃的，还是继续回去总结一下，然后准备一下跟 BLG 的比赛吧。我们会回来的。
But he's going to give away the game. He notes the operator now. You can see the pressure, and Smoggy plays ahead of it, taking down 3. Outstanding one, and it's all on one.
跟 BLG 的这场比赛，我们会希望大家都能展示出自己的东西吧，然后显得大家输的没有那么难看，然后以及就是大家都是有东西的，对，就有进步，对，然后。在经历上次失败过后，我觉得我们还有面对训练赛的那些队伍吧，我觉得我们有信心在调整过后重返那个就是4强吧。对，就由教练赛后采访一样，严阵以待吧。你们这次很厉害，拿到了我们打了3次世界赛才完成的目标，然后但很遗憾，我们要送你们回家了。
I think what he said was right. He might be sending them home at this point. It is 10-2, and Bili, it's an uphill struggle now, Mike.
Yeah, I think as well, coming back to something that Josh on the desk touched on, for me it starts with bind, split. You got to argue, you take the favour there, and for it to be this one-sided here,
Yep.
begs the concern actually, however far this best of 3 goes.
I think being realists about it, it's not looking good, but again, it starts with a pistol. See what they can do. It's tournament life on the line for these guys, and going out with a whimper would be near on unfair to how well they've shown their form here, but now their chance on the attack. EDG with 3 players towards the A site.
Some key utility burnt up here. Bili look like they've got their sights set towards A. Ring, gotta be careful. Headhunter on the other side of things with Yosemite. Actually find the kill off the Kamka.
And I think we might see some overconfident plays from EDG, and maybe rightly so. Keep that mental shattered. How's Smoggy standing? Finally goes down, but now there's Howdong to backfill this, but it's all been traded out. Brought back down to a 2v2, and the plant's up next. I don't think anything's going to dissuade this. And K-Knight closing in a little more, holding towards CT, but that frenzy, not giving it a chance. It's all on one. Chi-Chu here. Almost could close down the account very quickly. He's able to get this, but you can see the Bili digging in deep this time.
It's key though, he dealt with the camera on that first peek. So a clean 1v2 opportunity. Oh! Ooh. Finds a headshot to K-Knight, but YZ will seal the deal. Bili up to 3 now.
Okay, first step taken, Mike. You've got to keep clean from this point onwards, though. And I do think for the likes of EDG, they've got a couple of rounds in hand where they can take high risks. And why not? You've got 10 rounds, you're already at double digits. You'll get your snowball round. And for Bili, they have to now methodically go through this game. Every single round could be their last at this point, it feels like. A couple of SMGs and only 1 Bulldog. That's with K-Knight, who is trying to drag them up through this game.
Yeah.
Well, there's that Headhunter. Forcing Kang a little deeper now. TP taken.
Okay, there's like progress on the other side of the map. A stark contrast to what we saw in the first, and there's no utility here from K-Knight to fish this out.
Nice attempt at a stack, but it didn't work out. Bili going to break through towards Shower. Yes, the gap is getting closed, but Kang isn't a million miles away from the site, sitting with 3 bullets left to play with. And the back, wait, what? Chi-Chu just got 2? And it's a 3v3. They both know that they're here. YZ's checked on it, but now there was a chance, and it should be shut down unless Chi-Chu does wonders. Dealt with, handled, And now nobody with a quick pop flash ain't gonna be able to do it. Bili survive another round.
Some weapons retained as well. Whole progress, nothing really on the brink for round 3, but always a threat. G2, last couple of days in particular, absolutely lethal.
Very scary player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Throw his name in up there, we can't go with Smoggy. I mean, all of them have had outstanding games, but here's the first big challenge, right? The buy coming in for EDG, obviously the bonus for Bili, but it's not without a little bit of punch to it. 3 Vandals coming into play. 1 Bulldog still left over with K-Knight. The SMG on Rin. Looks like it's going to have some pace to this one. A bit of an early challenge, going to force Chichu further back.
Nobody just jump checking here. No confirmation at the bottom of long. That's the other side. Well, the other entry point here to B site. Looks as if Bili were on the brink of popping out of that smoke there, Lauren. You can see on the X-ray,
Look at that
members
stack.
committed to it, and elsewhere, look at the exploration outside showers.
Smoggy, how far can Smoggy get to? This is about it, right? So it's like, he might have heard that jump spot,
think he might have,
potentially,
yeah.
Because you're already seeing that Kangang's rotating away.
I think he's definitely heard it.
But how much does he commit to? You can see the hesitation, right? Look at Kangkang on the map. He is literally their thought process so far. That boombot was enough that kept them back towards
Exactly.
B.
Yeah, that was the key audio cue to come through. But with the flash not confirming anything outside Hookah here, and the smoke's being invested, do they read Smoggy's position?
They gave it a glance, but it wasn't enough to fully commit towards it. The plant going to come through as Haodong trying to spray into that smoke, praying it would connect, and it doesn't. So they got 4 players on the side, but they don't have the safety of showers. They don't fully know about the flank potentially, so they're going to look towards CT. Take the space away, find a fair fight, but it ain't fair against Kangkang. Takes down Yosemite, and now we look towards what's remaining. 3 players, naked 2, EDG, 5 standing, clean work. Leaving just Bianc alive, overwhelmed. Haodong with a round, and EDG up to 11.
First round with rifles, and it's a Prime Gaming flawless on the board. In the second half, Orbital Strike online. A bit of a cushion, and actually Bili a little off kilter in terms of the funds here, just with what was purchased in the previous round, Lauren.
I win a...
Kangkang's so clean on the clearance.
Cool. Oh yeah, lovely. Lovely round for him. And if you're wondering what the pause is here, it's Bili. They're feeling like that was the one. That might be the straw that breaks the back, really. They still have a weird amount of money to play.
In terms of the ultimates for Bili, yes, but those options don't come here in this round where you could argue a showstopper could change things.
I'm waiting to see the bite. I'm seeing
K-Knight, yeah, K-Knight
2.
Rin, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, though, is the rest.
Well, Bianc's the concern because he's forced down on Stinger down to 300. So they don't want to concede the 12.
They don't.
You know what to
They're
do.
trying to play this out, keep them held at 11, but it's a long road. And we go in. Flash sent to the other side. You can see the idea to clear through shower, but this is going to be Bili working towards long. Nobody going to get mostly put on notice here. Quick challenge and a quick frag. Chichu so sharp, forced away, but doesn't look fussed. And look at all of this. They have to try and clear path to get there. That's a problem for Bianca. Chichu with the wall bang to add to it. Controlling masterfully this site. Nothing is going Bili's way, and this was their best opportunity. Tried to buy into this, scrambled their funds together. And EDG looking hungry for more. Chichu on a roll. K-Knight gonna find Smoggy. Oh dear, he's been given away. K-Knight, show us what you got. It ain't enough. 12, Mike, and this is a harsh reality check for Bili.
Chichu does so well here to do so much damage with the snake bite, slow down this hit, reduce the risk from YZ having the judge. Regardless, plucks him out of the air here. Beautiful stuff.
Oh.
We'll see the repurchase come back through, obviously, on the side of Bili, but there will be gaps. One of them being YZ's shield, Biank's weaponry. Do you have the Seekers available? Not much to pin hopes to here in round 17.
And I like this slightly aggressive posturing, right? Playing a little deeper towards A, costing Bili any of that early util they might have. Maybe trying to clear towards long. Nothing there this time. But this is the problem. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 They have no idea that Smoggy's around as well. Yeah, there it is. Shows his hand, but they take so much space. K-Knight, though, could try and get some timing on this.
Really, Kankang's falling back.
He's so aware.
I've got
Smoke
your
down
trail.
here as well. Does expire. Really stacking up to this. Timing grenade to slow things down here. Beautifully done by Smoggy.
He's trying to keep quiet. Oh, and it's devastating between Smoggy and Kankang. They're holding back the entirety of Bili. YZ the only one to do some damage. Rin and YZ. Yes, ult for YZ and a chance, and he's desperate for it. Finding Kankang. How long? Still a little further ahead, though.
20 seconds, they have to make a move here.
What are you meant to do with this? There. 17 now. Time dwindling. Trying to clear the site. Allow some time for this plant. Attention drawn in towards heaven. As you can see, the strike coming in towards shower. Oh, and Rin's gone down. This is devastating. A 13-4 result. EDG looking back in peak form.
A reset and a regain here for EDG. Back to comfortable form and looking very good to start this series.
They absolutely do. Let's carry on after this break.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
But we gotta find some way to save, so say hi to Glenn from work.
Hey, that's my mom.
Yeah, I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
And that price is guaranteed for 3 years.
All on the network we can count on.
It's a good plan.
It is a good plan. Glenn, looks like we're not gonna be needing you, so I'll see you at work.
Oh, later, Glenn.
Save big with My Plan, starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Welcome back to Valorant Champions. I'm standing by with EDG's head coach after defeating Bili in that first map. You guys have played Bili 4 times now. Was there anything different that you saw in that map?
你们其实已经跟 BLG 交手过4次了，这一次的话交手下来有什么不同吗？
我觉得首先，我觉得我们的这张图第一张扮的，我们调整还是比较多的，所以我觉得他们反而就是比较像以往对战的样子一样，所以我觉得可能没有什么太大变化。对。
So I think we had a lot of adjustments on Bind on map 1, but I feel like they just play as usual as what they had before. So I think that's probably just the thing that they had before.
It seemed like you guys had a read on him the entire time. Best of luck to you in map 2. Back to you guys.
Appreciate you there, Doug, and of course a huge, resounding victory.
What is going on?
It's the playground battle between Edward and Billy.
Oh!
It's Edward fighting against Billy and Billy.
And then the other Billy's there.
Exactly.
As well. Wow.
At the moment, Kang is wrecking them. So
it's not a very fair fight in the
It certainly isn't.
playground. Oh my goodness. Of course, though, as you're just joining us here, EDG up 1-0 in this series over BLG. And it was something interesting that Coach After said there about Bili was like, we made adjustments, we made changes. Didn't really seem like they did as well. And it kind of seemed like that definitely played out in that last map.
Absolutely. I mean, they were 0-8 with gun rounds in that map that we just watched, Bili. Whereas when they played against NRG, they were 5-5.
Wow.
So I got to tell us straight away, I want to break down why I think some of those changes ended up being so rough. And I want to break down this round in particular, okay? So they're running a 4-1 defense, as you can see that I've highlighted here. And there's 50 seconds on the clock. They've used Sky Utility here, EDG, with Kang to be able to take some showers control. They haven't heard anything for the first 50 seconds of the round. So, you know, there's question marks in their head. They're like, okay, what's going on here? We think it's just going to be one of the classic Bili 4-1 stacks. And you need to have had some experience playing against Bili to identify these, because they are quite unusual. It's quite a Chinese metagame kind of thing. NRG weren't able to identify these kind of rounds. EDG were. You can see them immediately path into a situation where they get back site control and set up like this. Now, I want to bring up the minimap.
type of situation, for example, playing a 1-4 setup, that's not something that is standard, right? So when you run up against it and it works, it's something that makes your opponents mad on the other side. And I think they relied on that a lot in those two victories against NRG. One time with the judge, one time with some very gambly play.
Yeah, and that familiarity could very well play into a factor here as we get ready for map 2, because now you kind of find yourself in this position if you're Bili. You know that EDG have the reads on you. You know that you haven't really quite adjusted as much as you should have, and you've gotten punished for it. What more can you do as you get ready for map 2? You need hero plays at this point. You need players like YZ to just become superstars and step up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see on the scoreboard too, like nobody except for K-Knight, which has been one of those guys who's gone for a lot of those hero moments, and especially on the Cypher on Bind, he's one of those guys who's playing a lot of retake. He's playing very passive and allowing the players to come to him. So he had some moments, but on the other side, Smoggy was destroying them with some of the entries that he was getting.
And this is normally a map bind where these two teams end up being quite close. Split historically has been very one-sided for EDG. The last 2 times that they've played these two teams on Split, Bili have only been able to get 10 rounds cumulative. Both of the times added together.
Yeah, and when I've watched this matchup on Split in the past, Bili has been very slow to adapt to when EDG is starting to really get very good at adapting throughout the game. And on Split, it's very important to realize what game plan your team or your opponents are going for and adapting to that, making sure that you're controlling mid if they are going for it, making sure you're shutting down any extremity control that they're getting for. And that's so important in this matchup.
Yeah, it's incredible that we have 2 Chinese teams battling it out in the playoffs, but I think this match, it looks like it's demonstrating that there's still a tier gap between EDG and the next Chinese team that's looking to try and punch their way into that top tier. It's amazing what Bili have done to be able to get to this point, but right now they're up against the ropes and it looks like there is just a gap between the two.
Yeah, well, let's actually go ahead and hear from Coach Jackson as we had Doug standing by with BLG's coach.
Thank you so much, fellas. Jackson, a tough loss on map 1 there. You've got elimination on the line. What's the #1 thing you guys need to address heading into map 2?
其实第一局失利之后，现在也是在淘汰的边缘线上了嘛。所以你觉得为了应对图2，你觉得你们现在最首要需要做的是什么呢？
首要的话就是还是面对压力吧，看怎么 队员自己去化解这种压力。因为在冠军赛上面的话，虽然说我们这次打进了8强嘛，但始终是抱着一个初学者的心态。但在这种国际舞台上面的压力和之前在国内打的一些社区赛的话是截然不同的。但我希望他们能通过这次吧，这些压力带给他们，如果能从中进步的话呀，应该会越打越好的。
I believe the most crucial thing is how our players were able to handle under the very huge pressure on their shoulder. Because for now we are on the stage of the champions and now we are in the playoffs. I believe it's a completely different feeling compared to like playing for the CQ or playing for the local tournaments. So I must say this can be a very good experience for all the players, like how they can handle with a huge pressure under this kind of phenomenon. So I feel like this is the most important part, like how to handle with the pressure.
The pressure's mounting. Best of luck to you in map 2. Back to you fellas on the desk.
Thank you so much for that, Doug. And, well, yes, the stakes are higher here. That is something that we have been noting, right? Like, there is so much more on the line here. It's your champion's life, the opportunity for you to continue a historic run here in Los Angeles. This isn't like any other match that these two have faced off against before.
Yeah, but it does kind of feel like Jackson, the coach for Bili there, has kind of shifted his opinion about what is the expectation for them in this game, right? They're on the stage of champions. This is someplace where they haven't had that experience in the past. EDG has. They've been here before. Bili hasn't. This is where you start to learn. This is EDG a year ago. That's what we're talking about right now for
Very
Bili.
true, and it's something I didn't even factor, you know? Like, we're giving Bili obviously so much respect because they have earned all of that respect, but this team is making their international debut here at the global stage. It's a massive opportunity for them, and unfortunately, they're just running into a brick wall that they ran into time and time again in the past.
It's so impressive, though, because no other Chinese team has been able to come to their international debut and win even a match. The others have always taken time to warm up. Bili came hot out the gates, and now they're just up against an EDG that has more experience.
Yeah, here's your Prime Gaming agent select here. Anything sticking out to you guys? It's pretty much what they would usually run here. Got the double duelist for Edward Gaming as well on the other side.
I mean, you got to look at the Raze battle, right? It's going to be the most fun thing to keep an eye on the entire time. You got judges, operators.
I was going to say, maybe some judges, you know?
Yeah. And YZ did try to pull the judge out in both of their past meetings when they played against EDG, but EDG were just diligent and shut it down. The judge catches you off guard, and it's still good even if you know it's there. But if you're diligent about using your utility and clearing it out, it provides a lot less value.
Yeah, talk about familiarity, like you mentioned in the Telestrator, and being able to know your opponent. You have experience against that. You know they're going to pull it out against you. It's something that you can really react with some of your, you know, the sky is going to be super important here to see where it is and then use the Viper Molly and the nade stuff to clear it out.
Yeah, well, let's find out on all this ends. Can Bili force that third map, or will it be EDG?
Thank you so much. And yes, map 1 was quite the one-sided affair. I think we call it how it is.
Sure.
I think we're seeing what looks like EDG focusing on the rest of the tournament. Right now, Bili are crumbling a little. This map is going to be hard as well. Mike, talk to me here.
I mean, it's key that Jackson notes the pressure as well that these guys are under. We talk about the initial objectives for Bili coming into this event. Came here to learn, no expectations, no pressure of anything like that. So to note that here with elimination on the line, is that enough to fuel the fire for Bili? Because we know how they perform coming into that matchup versus RG. All of the talk beforehand, after as well. We know what happened with the rematch. That's what they're capable of. But is there enough here today versus EDG?
We're waiting. We're hoping. I'd love to see a little bit of that fire we had before from Bili coming through. Push EDG to those limits. Give us even a third if possible. But for now, we move back to what's in front of us. The real opportunities here. This map has traditionally sat very comfortably with EDG, especially in this matchup. So we find out, is there another layer that Bili can go to? Can they prove that they can step up here in these pressure scenarios as EDG will be on the attack and Bili on defending side?
I'm expecting EDG to start off the same way on split here. Very slow, but actually collapsing towards a commitment here outside A. Well ahead of the curve, but it looks like it might be a mid-pinch here, Lauren.
Yeah, because look at the spike. Look at
Yeah.
what they're actually going for here. Smoggy. Oh, they're swinging together. Wait. Gang! He's got YZ on the drop back, and they've won out towards Vents. Half of this map is theirs, leaving K-Knight. Actually, in quite an interesting readjust. Does he clear Cheech? He's looking for it, and he absolutely does. Very diligent work. Back down to a 3v3. It's still possible
Doable,
here.
yeah.
That shot needs to work. And oh, fantastic follow-up as well from Yosemite. Taking down Kang, leaving Rin to fall. 1v1. K-Knight, nobody. Spike down. Flash not there for 30 seconds.
K-Knight actually coming back round to B main here. Nobody's probably not going to read this.
The timing on this is everything.
He's going to take it.
He's looked, and he still loses. K-Knight kicks off map 2. With a fabulous pickup of both kills. Defused to follow, and the first found for Bili.
A crucial second kill from Yosemite, though.
How did he get the
With
second?
yeah, the second headshot. Ridiculous. That basically makes it doable in the end there for K-Knight. See the intention very early on. The Trailblazer pinch through mid in towards Vents. Actually, Bili playing a little ahead of it towards Heaven. So an indicator here that we didn't necessarily see on Bind, which is Bili happy to be proactive here. We were very, very rooted towards sites and happy to receive some of the executes EDG were throwing at them.
But that's what made Bili great in some of their games.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Let's see what we get now. It's not without a little bit of... Kangang's got a stinger. Rin's now under pressure, but the paranoia is fantastic. Beautifully placed as YZ the one to punish. Comfortable follow-up. This is all looking good. Yes, the danger's coming through Heaven, but still. I'm still considering that because no one's checking on this. And a little bit of a look back from Kang up towards Heaven, going to try and keep too busy as nobody succeeded against Yosemite. Kang's gone down, so that is the main threat removed, apart from that Sheriff in Chichu's hands. Paint Shot to follow, and YZ wants to go forward. Once more, and it's Rin. Closing down the round, and a second for Bili with 3 standing.
Good response here from Bili. Things could have become a little chaotic. Well handled. Nobody actually won away from the Seekers here, yeah.
Quietly got that online.
Yeah, best progress we've had at sitting at 3 and 2 on the scoreboard. YZ back on the signature.
Good to see.
Yep.
I mean, it makes these sort of bonuses so scary because suddenly that judge has some real value, especially on this map. And the confidence could be good here for Bili. EDG once again testing middle. There. See what the commitment looks like. Rifles are out though. Does the judge get played in like before? Boombot. Not going to be an issue for Kang. Has to be dealt with by his teammates, but...
Not sure which side it spotted there.
Yeah. I don't think it should have gone Kang, but who knows? Nobody. Did they spot him? No, they didn't! YZ with the theatrics flying through the air, but it will reveal Kang's position and take down nobody as they look to drift back towards A.
YZ's maybe only expecting nobody on the Trailblazer there. K-Knight's about to have his hands full though.
Oh.
Just finds Yosemite. Last second, K-Knight found a response though.
He's playing ahead of this. That's so nice! He's trying to toy with him a little bit, he couldn't quite land the shot. So close yet so far now, down to 2. This was a bonus, but that's Chichu spotted, and Bianca can slip ahead of this now. Did he note it on the other side? He absolutely did. Relayed that back through, leaving Rin in an unfair fight. EDG back in control.
It's actually crazy. Kang's satchel, I think, saves one of his teammates there. Just throwing him out of K-Knight's crosshair. Find EDG their first round. Yeah, I'm not sure why he thinks it's only going to be one or he's capable of finding more in that situation. This situation here yet just bumps Chichu back into safety. Seekers online now. One off the showstopper as well.
I get nervous at this point. I want to see them kind of post up this gun round from Bili. I want to fight out of them. I want to see a close game here. Big pain shell, nobody forced away. Actually didn't take as much damage as I expected.
Been punished a couple of times now in these traditional Trailblazer positions.
Poison's off.
We're worried actually if Yosemite and YZ start from mid in terms of the util combo possible.
EDG, such a priority towards middle. Be it with full intent or not, they will challenge every round, it feels. This time it's nobody leading the way. Even can see the force back as well. They want to take that space. Yosemite, I think he was fully blind when he just landed that shot. He has to drift off with the player advantage. Howdong wanted to try and find that next pressure point. Rin outdoes him. This is great. The paranoia loaded on this. Yosemite's looking curious. Spots out the player, drops the spike. He's reading everything. This is much better. This is the side we want to see. Aggressive in the late round, confident in the fights. And Chichu smoked off. 5 to get through with 25 seconds.
We need nothing short of a miracle. Looks like Chichu will try and just hold on to the rifle. Crowd think it's still possible.
10 seconds left.
But no. Rin will shatter the hopes. The Prime Gaming flawless here for Bili. And you're right. Looking back at Bind and the approach towards the defense in general, just no initiative taken. Yeah, actually, it's the teammate flash coming through from Bianca on the retreat in ropes. A miracle that Yosemite still finds that kill.
Should have been dead.
Yeah.
But as it stands, we have a game, Mike. 3-1, we have a game.
Yeah, to come back to that point, there have been some confidence builders, something to get these Bili players back online in map 2 here on Split. Seeker's hit. Showstopper available. Some investment on the other side of things here. The EDG.
It's quite high.
It's an anti-smoggy
Yes.
tripwire. Maybe even anti-Kankang as well, to
Could
be
be
honest.
at that point. Okay, the flash didn't connect, so not going to reveal there's a player close up in the middle. Now here comes the Oh! K-Knight! Stunner! Look at this guy work! He's holding the back! Beautiful again, so it's back to a second position, depending on Bianc now to kick into gear, and he does! It's stunning! This is the Bili we've been waiting to see! Absent on map 1, but kicking off map 2 with a bang! And nobody, Paranoia Central, to run for his life, flash out! Bili hunting him down, 5 on the case. Oh, there it is. Wisey's found him. There we go. EDG pump the brakes early now.
Back to back to find Bili's fourth. Will force an early timeout of EDG. Unfortunately, Kankang trying to lead the charge here. Talked about the satchel saving his teammate's life previously. Actually preventing any second layup. Coming through the choke point here. Maybe a fear of the trip.
They maybe dropped the ball a little there. Now a reminder, this goes to a third and Bili get confident, it gets thrown out of whack, right? That suddenly becomes a different game altogether. But obviously it's only 4-1. It's very early in this still.
Sure. I do think it is a big indicator to see Bili start like this. And it's the nature of how they're approaching some of these rounds. Which, you talk about them being absent on Bind, that was the reason. Yeah, they just weren't really showing their hand in any round. They're happy for EDG to just walk up on them, hit sites, take engagements. A stark contrast this time around.
Without us obscuring vision.
Naturally, EDG, even with just that hero rifle, and no armor to it either, Kankang hoping he can land them clean. They're in the right side of the map, but now you can see the rotations have come in with YZ controlling towards middle. Yosemite the one. Wonder if they even expect the chance of a rifle here. Heard the sheriffs, they found one of them. Getting a little ahead on this angle, hasn't been checked on yet. Now there's an issue. Yeah, that's read perfectly. Threat handled, neutralized. The rest shouldn't be a problem, and they're not. YZ heating up, and Bili turning the tides here.
Is that 3 Prime Gaming flawlesses back to back?
It feels like it.
Beautiful stuff from Bili. I mean, I'm going to come back to that same point once again.
Precision
It's the proactivity, the utility here. Another example. Operator online now for Kankan. An indication of things may be slowing down. Ultimates are plenty here for EDG. Find themselves 4 rounds down.
(1-1-3) split throughout this. EDG. No exchange the flash there. Second invested too. Oh, the spam! Chichu's nuts!
I think they agree.
Yes. I hope you guys at home can hear this. Rin has found Kankang in the meantime, so that is going to be the operator gone. I mean, that was on the other side of the map, I'm pretty sure, but still, they've kind of paused for thought here, leaving Smoggy posted up, but they're drifting that spike back around the map. Smoggy's success might continue on this path, but do they then check this?
It's a trade, but great re-clearance here. 45 seconds left on the clock. It puts Bili in a position to set up accordingly.
That Seeker really sucks for Rin.
Yeah.
That's really awful for him. Catches what they gave him a chance on that Neron, maybe misreading the timing a second, but that player closing out the round here. EDG claim 1 back, but this took a lot of work here.
It did. It certainly did. I think it's just here at this moment catching YZ in that sort of scenario. Now, under the impression that they have the benefit, the window of opportunity actually favors Bili. Great response from EDG.
Let's fly.
We're starting to come online both sides now.
Ooh. That ult could be... Oh. That ult could have been huge there for them, and it kind of is. It's completely twisted the plans probably from EDG, unless they want to just go straight through, which would be near on madness. So we look towards what they do now. Already expecting pressure in middle. You can see Bili reading this very nicely.
Set up here to greet some mid-presence. Kankang operator in hand once again. Is he rewarded this time around?
He hasn't had those moments yet, but 2 players on the left-hand side here. Count to 3, pull the trigger. No, absolutely not. Could have been. Isn't the case. And now we might have a brawl here. Rin getting curious, but it's Biang to try and get ahead. Smoggy finds him. Follow up. Not there, Rin on the trade. And now back down to the 4v4. It's getting chaotic. Paranoid to try and quell some of this, but Kano's position, a nice little off angle could be wonderful. Played a little ahead. He actually gets through in time. This is huge. Oh, the flash! So heads up. Brilliant work from Nobody to ensure safety going forward. YZ cleared, and EDG starting to hit a little bit of form now.
As if they've got a grasp on the pacing, similar to what we saw on by Kankang. Turns his back for just a moment. Rin will punish. I mean, Yosemite a million miles away from this. Rin looks hell-bent on doing further damage.
It looks like a 1v3 at this point. Oh. There's 2 at the back of sight.
There's 2 there.
Yes. Help. Now, I heard a snake.
Last player standing.
The 70's trying, but 27 HP ain't much, and the crossfire will be still holding strong enough, even though he can isolate one of the players. The timing's not going to be good here. Wait. Speaking of timing, he has no idea where that final player may be. Now he does. But timing is not there. It's time to back away. His arms were not long enough, and he can't get away in time. It doesn't matter. Okay, EDG starting to warm in a little here.
But I can patch a bullet hole or two.
Another round on the board for them. The lead to just 2. And I'd be concerned if we do see a couple more that play out like this. With EDG maybe anticipating some of these re-clearance now. Bili will call a timeout here. Curious if it's going to be much of an adjustment to make, because I think they're making a lot of the right decisions here for the defensive half. I said polarizing when you make the comparison to Bind. I come back to the same word you used, absent. They weren't willing to really take the initiative, take many risks, and maybe here with a couple of rounds under their belt, that's what's really spurred them on.
And I'm hoping they can recover a little here too. It's only been 2 rounds from EDG, but it's enough that scared them into a timeout, or at least enough that they want to maybe get a grip on the game and not allow it to spin out of control. You want to try and keep that advantage you've built up early on here. 5 rounds is very respectable, but once it gets that bulk round of those rifles coming in, when all the ults are coming online, that's when you'll start seeing EDG warming up, and Bili, if they want a big chance to really activate, these are the hard rounds. These are the ones that EDG will be gunning for. I'm seeing a judge coming out from YZ, so maybe in for a bit of fun here. A couple of ults on the other side. Knives for Smoggy, who's had a quiet start this time.
Yeah. Like I said, I think initially there's been a few examples of that paranoia around K-Knight's utility, so Smoggy is activated elsewhere. Even with the Blade Storm, something get him back in this half. Might be a little flash and dash.
Oh dear. Oh, what? How was he saved in that? Kagan got YZ in a second, but he still did the damage. He took down the tip of the spear, blunted it for the rest of the round. Nobody's a little ahead and a little isolated with the spike. Is somebody, yeah, he wants to punish us. That's a spike down, that's a spike down. Oh dear. That could be a fumble hit.
There.
Potential mistake. They're on recovery mode and they're trying to get through to it. That is audacious work. Maybe a little off the cuff over-aggression from Kang is punished. Bili given a huge opportunity to defend this spike.
I mean, the spacing was just so questionable. And every single challenge here, Haodong and Chichu left to try and recover a 2v4. It all starts with getting the spike back in hand. 50 seconds left on the clock. Haodong's found one.
Yang on the swing. Chichu's gone down. It's all on Haodong. 1v3. 30 seconds. Making a 1v2. K-Knight next. Readjusts. Slips to the other side of the corner, and Haodong's work was just going to be so vast to try and break through that. Bili given a chance, they'll take it with both hands.
Remember, wipe the pins from your
EDG very rarely commit the spike when they start out with a couple of probes around the map. So it's really, really strange to see nobody up here in this spot. No second player ahead of this smoke. All it takes is a walkout of Mail, and the round's over.
Six to 3 now. Bili answering back. Kang with a lack of health is what I'm looking at. Yeah, forcing this out early on, going to reveal a little bit more of the plan than maybe they wanted. You already see the drift coming in from YZ as well. Rotating a little closer. Maybe looking to punish off this. Kang going to try. Excuse me. He's away.
Pass.
Yeah.
YZ found it.
K-Knight can just chill. He's holding so much information here. Yes, nobody does clear YZ. But this is curious. Does he expect K-Knight still around this? Look at your 72. This is obscene. Too many targets and too many choices. K-Knight punishing. Chichu's down and so is the pit. And that spike is scrambling.
She just looks so disjointed.
It still is.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's over here with the spike. Smoggy's still down in the sewers.
Yeah, what is going on? It doesn't even catch Rin. What is this round? It's so messy, and I don't expect this from these two teams. EDG have looked so crisp about it, but look at the timing in middle as well. Smoggy's going to maybe get a fight on Pillar, and he wins it. The cross is made. Nobody was very careful on the way through, just in case. Flash to CT, no one's close enough by.
Nothing nothing left in
Plants
the
there,
tank.
yeah.
Yeah, Smoggy to get healed beyond 30 HP.
Okay, nice close. Look at this angle from Smoggy. Ratty finds him. Hat or not, leaving it all down to Bianca in a 1v2. 2 flashes as well. Still one more. Oh my words! Nasty from Bianca. Oh, but he didn't expect the wrap from nobody. Making up for maybe that fumble in the prior. Putting EDG up to 4.
Such a bizarre round. I mean, 2 actually following each other from EDG. This isn't really Bili doing much different out of the timeout. Lucky for YZ to find that at a time it did, but
One enemy remaining.
K-Knight obviously showing discipline. Then EDG able to recover that? We said 2 players opposite sides of the map.
It's always these sort of, you know, domestic matchups that can cause
Get a
this
little
chaos.
weird.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah.
genuinely do. A little closer than statistically it should, and it is. I mean, we're at 6-4. Bili are turning this game around when historically they haven't. But for now, we look at what EDG are doing. An adjustment for sure. That B site hasn't been tested this early on. And it looks like Rin might be on the platter here.
What's key is to note K-Knight's adjustment. Look at the utility and look at his position. Enabling kind of 2B, 2 mid.
Is this going to be a burst? It absolutely is. Oh! The 70's found one and the follow-up! Catching both! And why is he backfilling the space? That doorway's closed now. You were hoping they had success somewhere else because EDG have nothing to depend on apart from the players standing now and hoping they just win the fight. How long does? There's something. They don't like what's around that corner. YZ can rest here. He can wait with that judge, the divide. He can maybe slip a little ahead of this. He's got a smoke to play in here. Actually, had a glimpse, doesn't like it, falls away, tries to find a new angle. The ult going to come online and spread on through. 24 seconds, and they've got to walk in what could be their death here. Trying to clear out, but 18 seconds. Look at this. Again, another messy round. That judge could be lethal, and it is. Diving in, it's just Chichu alive. 1 HP for now. Recovering quickly, but not quick enough. Bili posting another.
Will break the bank of EDG. They're going to really struggle to get much online here. No ultimates to ride upon. 2 off the Blade Storm. And again, Kang just shut out at the front door. It's a number of times we've seen him fall in the choke point. We're barely getting beyond it. This time around, Smoggy is dashing alongside him, but
seeing a big performance from the likes of Yosemite coming in. YZ doing well for himself, but again, I feel like throughout what we've seen from Bili, every single player now is starting to have those games. Oh, K-Knight, careful, Smoggy's in. That's ambitious to say the least. It's really on K-Knight. There's a blind Kang takes down one. Stunning on the second. K-Knight dividing and conquering. YZ denied. It's on nobody. And oh, hold on, its position is perfect. He's brought it back down to reality. There's a chance for a plant. This is game on.
Rin's TP towards A main as well. So an opportunity here to pinch. The plant is open for Heaven. They can't cross into screens.
Full kit for Rin. Smokes, Paranoia, TPs the lot. Yasoni as well has a little bit of util to work with, but the 2 on the site. Nobody with 1 flash. And Howdong trying to toy with him up towards Heaven. The Paranoia gets sent. Nobody has a look, has a glimpse. He's seen Rin, but he can't handle him. And now the 1v1 begins. Howdong against Rin. Rin waiting, looking, desperate, left, right. And now the fight, Rin's got him. Bili back in business. 8 rounds now is huge.
Huge from Rin to close things out here. Howdong just can't pin him down either side. Again, even getting it to this position.
Headshot.
A 2v5 initially comes down to a 1v1. Alas, we 8-4 on the half. Bili still got a little fight left in them.
It's good seeing them come alive, though. You saw how quiet they were map 1. Map 2 starting to heat up here. Let's find out what the analysts make of that half.
Hey, you know what? I make of that pretty dang good. I'm all about Bili bringing this one back into the series here. But here's your Verizon high-speed moment, and let's go ahead and give some love to BLG's YZ, who gets himself, well, a pretty nice high-speed play here. But on top of that as well, it gives us an opportunity to continue to just talk about Bili Sideshow really finding themselves in this map.
What I like about both of these Chinese teams actually is that when they're on defense side, they tend to step in front of utility. And what that means is that when you are throwing util to push them backwards, they go forwards and they stuff the duelists. I mean, it feels like Kangkang and Smoggy are trying to get the record for least time alive on the attack side. They are just, woohoo! Straight into the site, straight dead instantly. And that's been a major, major problem. And it's allowed YZ to look like a god in some of these moments.
Yeah, I feel like EDG has regressed to the EDG that some people fell in love with, which was requiring hero plays from so many of their players. You could see in these instances, nobody rushing down, Haodong, Chichu, all stepping up to keep this game relatively close. I know Bili is dominating right now. Oh my goodness, another one of these games from Kangkang.
Yeah, can I tell you again, first kill to first death right now, Bili have 10-2 in the first kill to first death engagements. And YZ specifically is 6-0.
Wow.
This is one of the things that was going wrong for Kangkang when he ended up losing the game against Evil Geniuses. I know that the sides are now swapping and the shoes on the other foot, but this first death kind of problem is rearing its head massively here, and they don't seem to have made any adjustments.
Yeah, it was the same thing every single time there for EDG. That attack side was super rough. Bili capitalizing on it means they still have something left in the tank here in this stage.
Indeed they do, Bala. Let's see, though, if it's going to be enough to get them that second map as we send it back over to the casters.
Thank you, GB. And the desk there, yeah, I mean, it has been an outclassing. Bili have come out firing on all cylinders here. It was a tentative start. I was still unsure if I believed into it, but YZ has made me a believer here. He has been absolutely on fire. And on the other side of the thing, his opposing number, very quiet.
Absolutely. Talk about the First Bloods. That was the driving force versus NRG, where we saw them put up a similar performance. How that one ended for Bili. Cautious start here to the pistol. Creep behind the wall. Tag coming through. Couple of hits here. K-Knight, YZ, Bianc, and Yosemite. Actually, Yosemite on the other side of the map, so I didn't even note him in B main. He's just lost out to Haodong. Taking a ton of damage.
But they've crept so close. I think nobody's aware of something. You can see the positioning kind of tucked into the corner here. And they're getting so much space for this. Nobody... This is a little uncomfy now. They've taken over Heaven. They've forced him away. Do they re-clear this? Are they aware of the possibility? Chichu's still on site, waiting. Nobody strikes. So does Chichu. They decide their own timing. Fate in their own hands until then. K-Knight swings Pillar. Spike is not down and it's not in hand. So now there's a problem. Smoggy comes around, drops down Yosemite. And now K-Knight and Rin focusing towards CT, but I mean, the Ghost's looking pretty good for it. There's Rin on 21 HP. Has a lot of work to do, and they're sitting so comfortably on the other side. This should be an execution, and it is. Kangkang gonna find Rin. Gonna get EDG that first in the second half.
Like I said, a ton of damage done behind that wall, Lauren. I think ultimately is Bili's demise here. Awareness is great, though. Talk about nobody's position being really dicey, but he makes it work.
He does. I'm surprised he was able to kind of like navigate around that well.
Plays around the poison orb perfectly as well. Which I believe actually was Chichu's. A little offset there towards the ramp and the choke point, enabling that sort of position for nobody.
Really nice. Back into this, though, we are seeing quite a few frenzies, 3 of them coming out, so it's not without some intent here from Bili. We'd like to do a bit of damage. Got the Bulldogs out on display for EDG. 3. Excuse me, 2 in the judge, actually, for Smoggy.
Yeah, Smoggy on that YZ hype.
Yeah.
Could be played in here as Bili look to contact up through mid.
How close do they get? They don't have much util to play in, so actually, why is Chichu falling? What's going on? No way, that's just... This doesn't seem right, but hold on! Kangkang's farming! Oh, he's absolutely destroying him! YZ! This is a rough battle, but he's still in control! What a shot! He almost turned around! He almost turned around! He almost turned around!
Wow. Just Frenzy's coming into this.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit of chip damage.
Yeah.
Oof.
They removed 4 weapons from EDG.
He almost turned around as well, even in that final goal. Like, look, again, this is beautiful work, right? Yeah. Very nice. A little bit of aim training. Not much more to be done. Christ. That's 2 for EDG.
Actually throwing a rifle back into this. Maybe happy to play out with a judge elsewhere. A broken purchase nonetheless, though. Bili back on rifles. Same thing as the pistol here, contacting up towards ramp.
Yep, he's going for it. Oh, they were just ahead of the flash. Bianc turns in time. Sends him back. You got to try and be a little bit cheeky if you're working with less here. Buff Kankang. K-Knight's taking out Chichu. That opens up all the opportunities towards A. Near on clear sight. And the plants come in as well.
The position here is Smoggy on the flank. If they can force out a death to the spike here, remove some of these rifles. It's definitely the second objective.
Why is he
stuck behind this? Yeah, Wisey's position is disgusting.
Yeah, that's tricky. I don't know if they're even going to be able to...
I was thinking if they can keep them boxed in here, and notably Kankang's position.
Yep.
Well, that makes it a little harder to do.
Oh. Well, Kankang's got 1 down. That's 1 rifle gone. Gonna need a little bit more, though. Okay, there we go. A little bit more. Make it costly. You can see how long desperate. Wait, he's closed the gap really well. Kankang's gone down, but I mean they've cost them a fair few of these rifles. This is a valuable round for EDG, even with Bili getting across the line.
Absolutely. Going to force the shield purchase back out of Bianc as well. Just to add insult to injury. It's a great conversion from EDG, regardless of the outcome.
Financially, not a bad result at all.
Showstopper online for Kankang as well.
He started to heat up here in the second half. I know it's been
a
little bit of that mailroom work, yes, but it'd be nice to see him get confident. You want to see him activate because he has been quiet here. Hopefully he finds a bit of that form going forward at 9-6. Bili on the cusp, though. If they convert this 10, you're looking really well set. And pace from YZ. Controlling middle early on. And look how deep EDG is sitting.
I mean, they've heard that 1 shot from the judge as well, so expecting them to probably respect this, but Smoggy takes a swing at it.
That's dash gone, though, so it has to be a bit more careful. Almost giving up that heaven control.
Did they just spot him? I think they did. I'm
feel
pretty sure they saw Smoggy.
But there are 3 players for EDG here as well, so it's not an even fight, but got a lot of players waiting on this, and they're so close by. This is going to be a burst and a half. Turns the flash, comes back for the fight. Bianc and Yosemite overwhelm. It's all on 1. It is Chichu. Gets 1. No chance on the second as Rin. Perfect spacing there. And, well, Kanga tries to fly and gets slowed down. What? Good follow-up with the rifle. Didn't quite get who he wanted from the rocket, but still finds another target, finds another fight, and falls. Bili consecutive rounds now, stringing them together.
Double digits as well. EDG up against the ropes now. Big ultimate invested here. It's like a stab in the dark from Kankang. Try and get something done. What feels fairly unwinnable from that situation once you've conceded sight. Now a little off kilter. See the pressure starting to show.
Yeah.
In places across the stage here.
Well, this is where it gets interesting, doesn't it? You love seeing it go outside of the expected. Again, by all rights, Split was meant to be probably the safety net of EDG. If anything went wrong, you had Split to fall back on. As said, you knew this opponent well. You played it 1,000,001 times.
Said this coming in. Bind is the one that Bili needs to cause some sort of concerns, right, across the best of 3. It didn't happen. It was
13. 4 rounds.
Exactly. You come in here on Split. We talked about, I mean, the desk touched on this as well, how one-sided Split has actually been. Whether or not there was going to be enough to maybe ignite a flame under Bili. They're certainly on course here to take us to Haven. Should be 11 here. maybe going to be some light investment on the side of EDG. Kankan will throw a rifle in. Sheriff's elsewhere.
I feel it's got to be 11, surely, right? It's feeling like it.
It absolutely should.
I'm still nervous. Here we go. Okay. All right, Smoggy. Big shot there. Rin's down.
One of your controllers down.
4 for Bili now. And yeah, harder to make these sight hits happen. Big information as well. A quick burst. YZ wants to get towards Pillar, cross that gap, not be affected by the lack of those smokes. The boombot sent out, but doesn't find. Oh, Smoggy again! This guy, so precise. And he's got his ult, healed up, ready to go. Again, bear in mind, it was Kankang who was meant to be the dangerous one in this with the rifle. Now that's changed. The 3 players trying to dig in deep here. K-Knight, Bianchi, Yosemite, and a quick adjustment and a quick fall. Kankang's found K-Knight, Smoggy towards Bianchi, and it should have been 11. You think it maybe, possibly. And Yosemite's on 12 HP. How's he meant to stall this out? He can't! Tries to buy the time on the spike. And all he bought was a couple more seconds for them to pick up the rifles and get the defuse. EDG back to the wall. They get up to 7.
Beautiful conversion here. The Bladestorm comes online, gets EDG to a MasterCard Thrifty. When it should have been 11.
Should have been 11.
Some disgusting shots from Smoggy. Like I said, just comes alive with this Bladestorm. I think immediately, maybe even a tilt timeout being called on the other side.
Yeah.
As Bili. Maybe hitting the panic button here. Like I said, they come into this event, they talk about learning from some of the higher pedigree teams around the world. And then Jackson, in that interview, says that the pressure is definitely a factor here today.
It is a tall task, right? They've got some ults to play with, but you want to keep that kind of confidence in there. You want to keep your players from feeling rattled by that, because a round like that from EDG could certainly rattle you. Because, as I said, you were set for 11. You're looking like you're going, closing out maybe map 2 here, but this opens up a small chance for EDG. It's still Bili's game, or at least map to lose here, is how I'm looking at it. With 10 rounds in the pocket, enough to hit a nice purchase here.
The problem being that one's going to throw the loss bonus off.
It will.
Bili lose this now. You're going to be in a very, very tough position in terms of the economy. Do have ultimates available here to complement that, but really you're looking for them to be frugal.
Yep.
Especially if they concede casualties here.
Okay, tense round. This ain't an easy one at all. What a polarizing mid-hold between the two sides as well. Really only one put to test on this. Oh, flash and catch! And peekaboo. Kangan gets out of that. Near on unscathed.
Yeah, not a single point of damage. It's actually YZ that gets tagged down to 65. Healed up here by Bianchi.
They're looking to swing that rotation point as well. 2 players sat towards CT.
But that was the ultimate. You didn't want to see Investor, or at least for nothing in terms of the finances here. Bili have to convert now, or it's certainly a concern going forwards.
Massively so. They can't punish the rotation anymore. They can't punish any of the players going back and forth. You can't get Kankang. He's sat literally in CT. It does give you access towards Heaven. It does give you the chance for that 3-2 split. Smoggy, this is normally a one and done, but he might make it more. He absolutely does with shots like that. Can he escape?
He's going back in.
Screw it. He wants another go. He can only do so much, but the support is there. And with just that tiny chance, EDG are closing the gap. 8 rounds now. 10 remain with Bili, but the money doesn't remain.
No. The situation here, like I said, maybe if you have the showstopper, there's some hope. Try and convert around like this, but it will just be Sheriffs. Certainly not a guarantee, but seen what's capable in terms of some of the thrifties already so far in this series. But EDG now within 2, Lauren.
Yep.
They have themselves a cushion. They can start taking a few more risks.
And, we're seeing a 3-play stack on A and a walk towards ramp. But they've missed the timing on K9. Or did they? Chichu misses nothing. There is a reply up towards heaven. So maybe they look towards working into that, trying to scramble actually to support towards middle. This does lock down some of the bigger chances, but Kangang's found Rin, and now that's the support system in place. Howdong gets to come back through, and it's just cleaned in house. All of that chance, all of that threat, nullified. EDG, with a quick reminder, they are the favorites here between these two.
Absolutely. A course correction will get them on the brink of the showstopper and the pit for Chichu as well. Talked about them having a cushion now. Look at the finances. They can start playing a little more fast, a little looser potentially, and taking some more risks. Bili have got to be feeling the heat now.
And I don't think they've got a timeout left. I may be wrong, but I
don't think they have.
Don't think they do. For a team that's maybe not as confident, doesn't have that wealth of experience to depend upon, a late game turnaround from EDG could be devastating.
Absolutely. To not even have the chance for a pause for thought or some breathing space in between rounds. See what that does in terms of the mental fortitude here for Bili. Stacked up here for a B here.
But I really like how different this hold is. Look at the positioning coming out from the likes of Howdong, from Smoggy. Very, very different. They're going to give up sight and try and contest the cross. Bianc hits a big shot though. Smoggy going to answer one back, and you're right. A little bit of a mistake there, going to be exploited. Seeker's coming in, do they try and sprinkle off the back? Plant now going to be coming down, Seeker's going to be going through, and now's the time to pounce. Spray in towards it, catch what they can, they eat the flash, and they look for that first blood to be drawn. It's a wrap on Pillar, trying to clear towards the back of the site, and they're pouring all that utility in. Chichu, Kang finding the bodies, the pick gets dropped, and so to Bili. Left in tatters, massacred on the site. EDG are back in the game.
They absolutely smother the pit from Yosemite. It's talking about maybe a pause for thought or a little breathing space. They get nothing there in round 20 in that post plant. EDG totally sweep B site.
That gap.
Yeah. Again, I think before this, Rin's thrown out the paranoia. I think it's the second smoke that he drops.
One enemy remaining.
Smoggy, the tiniest of errors, is able to capitalize, find the entryway back into that round. Look at the purchase, Lauren.
They're buying in. Yeah, one rifle. All they got to write home with. It's going to be K-Knight with that. The rest can be working with far less. Almost. Chichu. Towards 8.
It's going to be a crunch at the top of the round.
It is, and look at the support that's coming in through those vents. Seekers all in one direction. They're like, oh, I think there's a couple of people down here, and there are. They come flying in to their own slaughter. What's the plan now? K-Knight can't do it, and EDG starting to really hit. Like, that shot was nasty, but nobody's got him dead. Rin, a 1v2 now. A chance to upgrade to a rifle. And yes, Chichu is the player on the A site. But the map is open for Rin.
Still options, yeah. Doesn't have the paranoia. 15 seconds off a second smoke. Gonna try and TP across the site.
Look
First
who
tap on the
started.
spike. Yeah, Chichu wrapping him. And we'll
And
find
got
it.
him.
EDG up to 11, Lauren. Light investment protecting the purchase to come back in, but I feel like it's going to be all or nothing here for Bili in round 22.
It's 5 in a row for EDG. This is nightmarish for
30
Bili.
seconds left.
They had such a great start here. Probably the best opportunity they've had in a moment. And it's all gone wrong. EDG activating late in this map, showing some of that capability, that strength, that depth that we know they have. And now we ask the question back to Bili with this buy here. Do they have any more? Mid-presence is where they start. 4 play towards middle.
It's a little concerning here for that second B-side player with that pick committed towards B main. Kang getting curious. Nearly catching Yosemite.
Hello. Oh, quick moves from YZ. Oh, that's so sick. YZ outdoes Kang there. Audacious play, sure, but it calls in Smoggy. And he's already got one. How long falls? So this is much better from Bili getting a little bit of a go of things, but they still don't have a sight. They still don't have that end position to be in. YZ might get a chance. He does. Game back on. A's looking vulnerable. They could get into this now.
2v4 now, Chichu and nobody left to try and recover this. YZ's found a third.
He's having a round. A necessary one as well. It's all on Chichu in a 1v4, making a 1v3. Couldn't turn in time as YZ. Massive impact when Bili needed him most. He is there answering the call.
A must win for Bili in terms of the finances, in terms of the bigger picture here. You give YZ the showstopper. As soon as Kang reveals it's an operator in hand, they look to pinch him. A little bit of a gap between Kang and the next teammate, able to trade that out or potentially apply a little more in terms of support.
It's a lifeline, Mike.
Camera taken out.
11-11. Buy back in place for Bili. Full purchase for EDG2. Alt-wise, 2 in play. Haodong's and YZ's. Kang seen, closed in on. You don't get to underestimate him, but you got to be confident. YZ is bests him again. Smoggy revealed, does damage, falls off, does not get traded, no opportunity, so a 1-for-1.
Smoggy's just been insane the last few rounds for EDG. He's not done just yet. Looking for a little more here as Bili.
There's a firing squad.
Yeah.
There's 3.
Not spotted on the cross.
There's 3 of them. That's so much to handle. He was so vulnerable. So now we look at Haodong, who's evacuating the site. He's not sticking around for a second. He's like, no, that is absolutely not where I want to be. They clear site quickly. Why is he the one to do it? Oh, he's having a go. He's having a damn go! Smokes himself off to try and give him the 1v1, which he got. Slows down the roll, yes, but it only puts him into a 2v3. Still so difficult. Chichu and nobody. Spotted early. Rim with a punish, nobody with the trade. That's not going to find him. And nobody in a 1v2. YZ, the hero for Bili in the last couple of rounds, still standing. Yosemite there too. What does nobody do now? One flash, the dog. He ain't got the time for this. He's got to get a move on now. What? Oh my God, they would. Okay, hey, in these last couple of rounds, YZ has gone nuclear for Bili.
He's in at 25 and 16 right now.
What a game from him.
Great clearance of the smoke here as well, reading exactly what Haodong wanted to do. Amounts to 1 kill. But a quick trade mitigates any further risk. And Bili in the 11th hour get themselves up to map point in a position to force Haven in this best of 3.
Got to do it again though. It's that last round. Can they close out the map or do we go OT?
Look at the adjustment here from EDG. 3 players committed towards this A site now.
But look at the burst, Bili still going. Smoggy still swinging, takes down K, Night Seekers come in, and now we're looking to try and get that next layer of pressure. Nobody decides against going for the flash through.
How early the divide is from Haodong. They want it looks like a pre-take here.
It looks like it. Do they go for it though? It's gonna be bait! Pure bait to play in Kang. And the 5v3 YZ, Bianca and Rin. It's looking like potentially OT now, but can they hold on to this? Back to the wall, Valorant smothered with utility, surrounded. Bianca only able to do 1 EDG! Taking us the distance now, making this go to OT, forcing Bili's hand.
Beautifully coordinated. Like I said, with the divide going up so quickly, it's almost like you're hoping Bili going to read that, as EDG wanted to be very proactive. As soon as they concede this space, Smoggy with a crucial kill. Kang's in response, I didn't even see it. I thought he dipped into the smoke to find that.
Same. That's what I was saying.
What
like
a bailout.
Just goes for the spam, praying for it. 12-12 now. Bili Gaming not out of the woods. YZ still needs to provide more. This guy is a superstar and is right in this map. 25 kills. Smoggy 21 on the other side. Here we go.
I am with you. We are strong.
There's going to be a pace change here for EDG back on the attacking side. I think avoiding the flash, everybody avoiding that. Also successful flash on the other. Did nobody spot him? I don't know if you saw a pixel there.
I'm not sure. Oh, they
well, definitely should have now.
Now he has. He's still going. He's still going. He's still walking. Nobody. That was a bit out there.
We saw the same sort of thing. Nobody getting ahead of the smoke, and there's no second swing to come out. Boombot won't spot. Kang unnoted as
do they pause or do they go? He's got room to work here. If he can draw their attention towards this, he has a real chance to be a threat. But I guess that window's going to be closing pretty soon because that ramp pressure's coming in. But now cut off, he gets that second lease of life. Do they consider this? His 70's up there. Passive enough angle that he's not going to be really threatened initially.
Yeah, exactly. He's on such a... Ooh, okay.
YZ
actually does still find it. 32 HP left for him. Looks like BLG might be the ones to strike first here in overtime.
EDG have stalled out. They don't have that next step. They have no advantage on this map. 30 seconds and nothing. It would near on take a mistake from Bili to open up that doorway again. And look at them, still utility and play here for Bili. They've got everything they want. So a very tough scenario for EDG.
Bian's flash could be devastating here.
It's all about timing on this. There it is. And they swing off it. Smoggy does well to find one, but it's YZ. This guy has seriously saved Bili here. I didn't think he could do it in OT, but he's just found that form again.
We noted him in the first NRG series being the hero on Split, the one to really break the ankles of NRG.
He's nearly on a 30.
Yeah.
29. Against someone like EDG.
Wait, what?
Yeah, come off it.
I see a timeout called here by EDG. As I said, it's Bili to strike first in overtime. Maybe a little expected with how EDG's attacking half went. A very similar mistake once again in terms of trying to pressure towards mid, get behind this smoke and create some sort of opportunity, maybe towards Mayo in other situations, but primarily towards Vents, I think with the idea of splitting A. But it's just, it's nobody getting way ahead of the curve.
It's not the first time we saw it, right? It was a couple of times that's been punished. So the last check-in really here before another round of OT or potentially GG map 3 becomes open, right? So looks like Gang is deciding to go back to the operator. Wait and see if he commits to it, but it's looking quite likely here. I'm already seeing where Bili are adjusting towards. This is going to be looking quite strongly like this A hit's coming in. Chichu on the other side. Nobody's here as well. 5 players on this side of the map. This is looking all in, Mike.
Certainly is. How quickly do EDG
Very
make
quickly
moves on the other side here. Actively clearing B main. Problem being Chichu and Nobody in fairly committed positions here towards the choke point. Seeing the same sort of setup with the poison orb once again. And they were rewarded previously.
But it's all about timing for Nobody. If he gets a fair fight on this, maybe, but if that wall drop, it doesn't get fair when YZ is playing like this. Kang is there waiting behind the smoke, but Bili pause. They're looking to see if anyone's going to overextend. Is there another follow-up punish to this? They're looking expectantly towards heaven. Stunning shot from Kang to take down K-Knight, but the plant now looks available. Even with Chichu this close, and actually the position is quite curious. The second time of asking, he's got a big trade. Bili still locking it down. All the trades have been effective. A 2v2, but Smoggy appears on the site, comes out of the vents and leaving Rin to try and drift away. He wants to catch one. Can he get it in time? No, he cannot. Smoggy diving in. EDG still alive.
Beautiful stuff. This is after nobody falls so early in this engagement. Well, Bili are going to be able to drag this one across the line, but a late wrap through vents. Smoggy removes that post-plant safety with the plant where it was. Smoggy getting down and dirty with a shorty.
Yeah.
Keep EDG in split here, 13 apiece.
I just feel, this feels like a mad game to be watching. It's like, how much can YZ keep doing here? Every single time he's given them such critical value. Same can be said to an extent for Smoggy on the other side too, but YZ in a position to potentially do some great deals of damage here. Initially.
I don't want to see EDG give away another kill in mid.
I'm keeping my eyes on nobody, Mike. If he makes another mistake, I'm worried.
Well, he's got the spike again
Yeah.
as well. We'll collapse away from this initial mid probe here as 3 members will drift into garage. Rin on the other side of things, but paranoia in hand as you see on the X-ray. You'll be able to slow this down. Are they going to try and fake? No, Spike's actually coming back across here.
Yeah.
It's nobody on the other side with the flashes. Going to try and draw a rotation. EDG should get a 3v2, maybe 4v2
No.
here.
Bili aren't believing it for a second. They brought over the players already. He's definitely going to take down Kang, getting the first line of this. And look at the amount of room they've got to work with. Smoggy challenging the smoke. Comes out with only one. And EDG making just Howdong, who's held back both. YZ, it's on you again. And again, he's still finding value. 2 more targets. Looks to be denied, but they're still so close by. YZ. Is he going to check on this? He's been seen. He gets cleared. Chichu so diligent in approach, leaving K-Knight in a 1v2. Plant now in. Oh, belting shot from K-Knight. And he thought about it. Chichu waiting.
He's tucked.
He
He's
ain't
staying
moving.
here on default.
How does K-Knight approach this? How does he clear this through? Chichu is not going to move a muscle. Turns to take a look. And K-Knight's getting closer, step by step, closing the gap. And when is the grand reveal? It's now! Say goodbye, Chichu! K-Knight's got him! And Bili hold on again!
My ultimate is ready.
Chichu's desperate for K-Knight to play into his hands. But around the world
Switching sides.
pays off for him. Bili will find another defensive round.
Wow.
Wow.
That shot back was unreal. (14-13). Lead again for Bili here. EDG on the back foot.
Bili, this is even more committed than previously. We see a pace change here. Oh, maybe trying to avoid a flash, but comes to a little late, actually. Perfectly timed by nobody.
Oh, the double stack, the double stack. The flash! Wait, Chichu still wins it? And the second come off it. He is just murdering him. Bianca has fought back, tried to take some space, but do you expect to re-aggress? Nobody's been given a gift. Just a spot of a pixel. That's all he needed. He wants more. He's going to see more. That's both players. How long does he stand here? The support's a mile away. Smoggy and Howdong are nowhere near.
Finally making moves now. I think maybe after the identification of both players from Bili. K-Knight has to make a play here. A 2v3 situation. Bianca drifting towards site, going to try and find the plant now. So with the cam here, might even drift into a more passive setup. They can't get huddled into this corner though.
Oh, I don't know if the Seekers are going to give him enough respite from this. K-Knight has to find at least one, and he has. Spots out the second towards Heaven as well. That's going to be Smoggy diving on him. Bianca, that's on you. You got to get him. And Smoggy looking to do it again this time. Denied! It's Bili! Get across the line in the map that none of us thought they could do it on.
So whenever you doubt this team, that's when they deliver. Repeating the successes of previously. YZ at 10 first bloods here, dominating the opening engagements once again.
What a map from the man, but we have to wait for the third now to find out who wins this series.
It was looking like it wasn't going to be the case, but thankfully we got a map 3 thanks to Bili Gaming. They pick up a massive win on Split, and now we see how all of this is going to be settled going into our final map. Of course, Golden here along with Ball and Sideshow as we break everything down and talk about what we just saw, because there was a lot, especially at the end of the game there. But there are some pretty wild comparisons, and we've been kind of keeping our eyes on this Raze head-to-head, the Duelist head-to-head as well, and just the numbers out of that one, Josh, absolutely staggering. YZ was unreal this series.
Yeah, it was startling. We checked in at the halftime, and the first kills were 10-2. At the end, the second half, the first kills were still 10-6. But I want to point out specifically, YZ went 10-2 in first kills over this map, whereas Kang 0-8. So again, just an absolute differential occurring, despite the fact that Kang actually stepped up in the second half to make things more competitive.
Yeah, I think Smoggy had to fill a lot because of that. Specifically, one of the reasons why EDG was still in that. I'm still scratching my head as to why that was even overtime in the first place. But yeah, I think Smoggy had to fill that gap that Kang left him.
Yeah, and quite, the shoes to fill there, but did a great job. Brought it back in, but you kind of left wondering there, Paula, like what happened at the end, because it felt like EDG were riding this high, things were going really well, and then it all just vanished, thin air.
I'll tell you what, it was nobody. I mean, in the back of sight, 2 rounds before we ended.
Yeah.
Flash out, didn't shoot anybody. Chichu's stuck in a really bad position. The last round again, he's just walking into spawn. He has his dog out, not rotating, not playing his life, while the rest of his team is running as fast as they can to get over towards him. And then he peeks ahead of everybody. It's those moments that really make you scratch your head. We've seen them over and over from nobody. Sometimes it ends up being a lot of value, but this time, not even close to anything.
He got a nickname within the Chinese scene as Superman for all of the plays that he was pulling off, but to me, I think he's the Chinese angel, because sometimes he comes down, spreads his wings, and he gifts them with a couple of rounds, and sometimes he plays like the Chinese version of Angel, and he's just running around getting domed. And I think it's when you have such a swingy player on the team, he can just lose you rounds in some kind of situations. But he should never have been the factor, because their duelist shouldn't have had such a bad half for it to go 4-8 in the first. And Bili took advantage of that. They had nice ideas in the first half to set them up to be able to convert towards the end. And now they find themselves in a big winnable spot. This is actually hit the red button, upset alert time. EDG could be going home.
That's what I'm saying. Is this it? Are we hitting the button?
I think you got to hit the button for tell your grandma it might be happening. Get her to turn it on.
Ma, get my chocolate milk quicker.
Yeah.
It's going to map 3.
Ma, Kang might be eliminated. Ma! There, that kind of vibe. Because genuinely, it could happen heading up here. And I think that Bili, despite getting smoked on Haven a little bit the last time that they played against DRX, did show some positives.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of.
What were those?
There was a lot of them trying to really take map control. The executes were quite good, and then also when they were on defense, re-clears were super solid, especially when it comes to YZ playing down long. A lot of really nice set plays to trap people into a lobby control. That sort of stuff, which is standard among good Haven teams, was fully on display in my mind with Bili.
And they're going to need to do that and then some against EDG here, who, don't get me wrong, I definitely felt like what we witnessed there, Sideshow, was an EDG team that was getting battered and bruised a little bit. So you're going to need them to wake up here. And BLG now smell blood in the water.
And these are the plays, the re-clears, and this mid-aggression off a big recon dart, where they're able to find a timing and surprise DRX. There were things that BLG were doing well, but there weren't enough of them, and they ended up getting folded over in this series a little bit as it went over to Haven. But look, nice stun, nice re-clear of long, of short, a bit towards mid. There are things here that can cause problems for EDG on Haven. And historically, this has been a fairly close map between these two.
last time as well, but he's somebody who is so focused here on finding entries. He's the main guy for this team because Smoggy will take a backseat on that breach.
Prime Gaming agent select here for both squads. No big changes here, but it's really just going to come down genuinely to who wants it more. I mean, I think that's really what it is. These two teams have played against each other so many times. I think that's just really the difference maker here.
Yeah, I mean, nobody plays a really weird style, right, on the initiator, but when he's on Silver, he does tend to be a little more conservative. He's still going to have those lurk plays when they're on the attack side as the sides flip, so that's something to keep your eyes on. And both teams like to stack sites on defense. So are they going to be able to get the reads on each other with the strange lurk plays, with the strange stacks? These are the kind of things that in a regional rivalry, you do actually tend to see them read into each other more than you would expect in the international tournaments.
Yeah, and the other big difference, I mean, they're playing very similar comps, just KJ for Cypher, essentially. And Chichu was definitely a guy who was keeping them alive in that game. So here he could find a little extra value with the cages that he can go for and go for some aggressive lurk plays as well.
Or the sky trips. Put the trips up in the sky again.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm down for whatever's going to happen here because it's Map 3 Shrine. Let's make some noise and get ready for this one as only one Chinese team can move forward. And let's send it over to your casters.
And if you thought there was pressure before, there certainly is now. Love you too. This is going to be a wild affair. Not many of us thought that Bili after map 1 could have turned around map 2, but they did. It went OT. It got pushed to the limits, Mike, but they made it here to map 3.
And I love the point that Josh made about this kind of defying where the expectations lay with this series, right? We come into Haven, we come back to that same discussion of it being a familiar opponent, but Haven can become so chaotic. And I think, especially here in terms of the best of 3, Bili going to be riding the victory in map 2 here, and potentially with the upper hand here on the decider.
It was so close in OT, and it did take the likes of, like,
close.
YZ having a mad game too. It took so much, and it looks like it's going to take a lot again. YZ willing to challenge. Has a little bit of chip, but has to fall away before it got too dangerous.
Rin finally taking a little bit of damage from the shock dart. Yosemite elsewhere trying to find value. Curious if Howdong's actually going to bait a little bit of sound there for him, but dart will come through. Feels actually the close player. Paranoid a little too late.
Oh, this is so brawly across the map, though. You've got like a garage fight that's got its own sort of rules, and then one towards A-Long, but they're walking A-Long. Rin's still down here, but that Sheriff has come to town and found Rin, leaving K-Knight, Bianchi.
There's no way they expect this.
What is this? What is going on in this game? Like, this is ridiculous. It looks like deathmatch.
Just one left. Yosemite, spike in hand, 66 HP. Finds himself in a 1v2.
They're thinking maybe he's in sewer.
Yeah, Howdong's reposition here.
Oh.
30 seconds
Nah.
left.
Nah. See?
Yeah.
It's being pinged out, though. Like, there's...
They're actually pinging him.
Wait. He's got him. Okay, it's game on. It's a 1v1. And he's off towards C.
I mean, a big gap here. Going to be able to get the plant comfortably. Hasn't recalled the utility just yet, so turret and alarm bot going to be out of question here. When is Smoggy's fault line? It's back up now.
Oh my, Yosemite. 3 kills in this round. The 4th would be everything he dreamed of, but the angle. Oh! Snaps to him! Smoggy evaporates as Bili pick up round 1 here in map 3, but this felt ridiculous to watch.
What the hell was that pistol round? I mean, I said things can get a little chaotic on Haven, and it starts off in just that way. 4 here. Wasn't it K-Knight with that? Look at this adjustment. Wasn't it K-Knight with the Red Bull clutch in a pistol round to start off split as well?
I think so.
Yosemite showing his own hand in that regard. Really switch up the pace here. Yank will find the first Howdong, tries to get a little cheeky inside the smokes. Is there anything left here?
Oh! The site looks different. There's a man behind it. The last three, I guess Chichu's Frenzy could have a little impact. Nah, Bili, that confidence is there. Of course Kangkang's going to find one. Of course he is, but still, 4 standing, clean round, confidence too.
EDG will come back on with the rifles here. You're 73 away from the lockdown. It's about the only notable ult progress on Bili's side. Kangkang on the other side, 2 away from the Blade Storm. Some potential to see it in this round. Really just run the same thing again. Stacked up here once again. Utility on the back line, Lauren.
They might just do that. Simplistic, but it may work.
Chichu's
Chichu
on site. He's in the camp.
Yeah, this is going to be Knife's Edge. Can Chichu even survive?
He's not getting pinged by the dart.
How? He's still checked on. Why is he still going to look for it? Gets it upgraded and now gets ready. Sight's all there, so the plant should be able to go down pretty much uncontested at this point. Looking for a next pressure point through back into this, through Garage potentially, but still. Needs to take those next steps. These 4 players from EDG are being held back. Look at this far-range squad waiting on logs. The timing from Rin couldn't have been worse, but luckily for him, his teammates are by his side. They've got his back as nobody gets smoked off. They're looking for that next pressure coming in through from maybe Garage, somewhere, anywhere. Nobody connects through the smoke, but it ain't enough. Converting the bonus, Bili. Unthinkable scenes.
So Chichu committed towards site here as well. Unable to really slow things down. Utility not in the choke point, so really, really rough for him to make a go of things there. Even though he's not scanned by the dart.
Yep.
Still cleared, diligent. I mean, there was a flash towards backside as well, so full intention on that. It's about the worst possible start you want to see for EDG here on the decider. Bili firmly in control of the tempo and the map in general. Looking to continue that trend here. East site wide open for the taking.
I'm keeping a little note of Kangkang in this round just because he is one off the knife, so maybe if there's like an opportunity that could happen, but beyond that, looking for stability from Bili.
Peeling away from the plant though.
Interesting.
Looking to try and capitalize maybe on rotation timings.
Oh. I think that Aldron saw quite what he wanted from that, but second guessing themselves here. I get worried if it's too late here, Mike. I'm keeping an eye on the time here. 57 seconds. Looking like going back to that C hit. Oh, the punish. Chichu. That's heartbreaking for him.
The last bullet of the spray as well. Rin finds a headshot. Result in the plant coming through here for Bili. Really looking for damage.
Wow.
Kangkang removed early on. One more stinger here for nobody. See what it can get done. Doesn't look like much.
This is very clean. Yes, Smoggy will find YZ, but that is it. We've got ults coming online. We've had precision shown. And we talked about stability and wanted to see it here. We are. Bili now with 4 rounds. A very clean one in the 4th too, just to add to that. And yes, nobody's got his ult. Yes, Kangkang's got his, but I mean, at this point, Mike, this is a huge tick in the box for Bili.
Catching Jackson off guard. Rolling Thunder, Hunter's Fury available here. 2 off the lockdown, so some key ultimates will be available behind this. Kangkang, Blade Storm in hand. No rifle, wants to try and get the operator online on the defensive side here. That could be something to maybe swing things back in their favor.
The timing on this. I mean, yeah, no one's there for it, but diligent in approach. They found a weakness. They found a gap they want to exploit, and they're going to continue to do it, right? This is just clean work. Now, what difference do they have? A late Hunter's Fury did catch Rin. You're looking dead, and he is put down early. They get the man advantage. First time in a while, but they have Bianc with their own ult.
Definitely buy some time here. Got some shock darts lined up as well, I think.
It looks like it, or it looks really weird. No, he absolutely does. Yasari's gone down too. They're falling like flies. They're in so much danger. The pressure now coming in. Player spotted. K-Knight there. YZ there. The fuse started. And K-Knight, oh, I thought he had a fair fight on that.
retreating towards long. Faith in the Hunter's Fury, but Haldong finding a crucial kill ahead of that initial wave. A post-plant utility coming through. Almost boxed out of the site. EDG find a response in round 5. I said Kung Kung.
Spike planted.
As the Blade Storm through, we'll have the operator here. Yeah, Rin really tough in to try and TP away from that.
Enemy remaining.
You almost want to commit to just running the TP on the Omen. Makes it so difficult to avoid the second tag.
It just stood there like a
yeah,
lemon.
yeah, just pinging in the background.
But now I want to see what the adjustment is. Do Bili have that depth, right? Do they have that nice little adjustment? Can they identify what maybe happened in that round? What do they want to look towards? Was it just the Hunter's Fury? Was it just this new look coming out from EDG of a little bit more passive hold towards C, the switch up in play? These are the questions we're going to have to find out the answer to in the next couple of moments. Kankan not spotted. And takes his space once again. This allows so much more room to be taken across the map. Draw these other 3 players. We now basically have 4 leaning towards C.
It does also enable the rotation for EDG because Kankang's confirmed no presence behind the drone. YZ tagged up pretty heavy here, but won't fall.
Still alive, looking to pressure though. They're starting to get closer. Look at it through towards Garage. Look at Haldong. EDG trying to get a little bit of a brawl on the go. And right now they're winning it out. This time he enough of it. Bianca overwhelmed. EDG fighting back here.
Watch them run when
Crucial to see finally these trips amounted to some kills because last time around hasn't been anybody to really punish on the back of them. To being a solo anchor on C. Dig their heels in this time around. I think on the back of some crucial information or the confirmation from Kung Kung in a lobby.
Oh, here's the adjustment. We haven't seen this tested. Oh! Test pass for Kung Kung. Takes out Rain and gets away. Devastating whenever he appears. A new position to play from. Comes back to it. Singoko has to give it away on the Owl drone. Not too many options there. And Yosemite backfill in the space. Kang still holding the ground. Lockdown goes down. Get out of it! Get out of it! This guy is like a heat-seeking missile! He does not miss!
Talking about him maybe missing a couple of times so far today in this series, but that ain't one of them. Ridiculous agility on display here from Kung Kung.
One enemy remaining.
He actually went for the volume change. He went for the volume
Stop
change.
it. No.
Oh my God. Just to get the APM up a little bit more.
Oh, there's not many like him. The character, yes, but truly a master in the server. What on earth do you do with that? Felt like it was overdue for a round like that, Mike, if I'm honest, but when it happens like that. Jesus.
You can see the knock-on effect. Bili playing this very cautiously now.
Right there.
Don't have the benefit of the finances behind this. Only have the TP of Rin in terms of this ult cycle as well. Perform it well. Held on the other side of things will confirm. A couple of people outside A lobby. Not necessarily anything to act upon just yet.
Well, Chichu thought about it, started to drift back towards kind of spawn, I guess, maybe be. But look at the space being filled on the other side too.
I mean, Chichu can rotate because he has such a deep cam on C long, so it really enables a heavy lean towards B or A. As Bili going to try and find the timing onto B.
Wow. YZ got caught and did not get punished, but the ult's there and Chichu got to take that space. They have to evacuate. 30 seconds now. Maybe looking to run towards C because Yosemite's holding it down. Going to catch that cross. Punish Smoggy on the way back through. Haldong there, but look at the back lines as well. We're going to have the flank on the flank. YZ going to be like the dagger in the back of the plant. Still not down. EDG fighting this out the whole way. K9 and Yosemite though, so much to do and so little time. They can't even get towards the spike. Nobody on the denial. And this is now just inevitable.
Such a crazy situation between Rin and Haldong. Haldong slips into the smoke on default on C, and Rin TP's in behind. Such a risky maneuver, and it loses them the spike. EDG able to stabilize behind that. So initially it looked like they were going to capitalize on the rotation.
Yeah.
Bait out the Rolling Thunder. I don't think that was intentional, but it's invested. There was an opportunity for them to catch the timing on C, but I think maybe because Yosemite gets caught up in Garage in an engagement, he's not there to really take the space on C side to secure Rin TPing there. Instead, it's a bit of a roll of the dice in that regard, Lauren.
Yeah, it's what does Bili do now, right? They had that perfect start, enough that kind of gave you hope going forward, right? Mike, it was like, okay, maybe this is the one we can work with. And then as soon as we start to see Can come online, everyone else starting to like work it out, figure it out, these 4 buys coming on in, they've been nasty. Thriving in the chaos. Yes, the individual moment there from Kangan, but everyone else has been around him too. That was 1 round out of the 4. Now tied up at an even scoreline, but the money in dire straits for Bili.
Goes here.
1 rifle coming out, and that's it.
We'll have the Rolling Thunder for the next round. On a purchase, Rin actually going to throw a rifle in the mix here. Buys down to 650. So they have the benefit of the loss bonus, but see what the knock-on effect of that is. Trading of fault lines.
Nobody stuck around.
Yeah, almost a chance. Nobody is punished there, but no reveal inside the smoke, so been a gamble to try and commit to that.
They've crept so close. Kangkang's taking the rest of the map, so they've got to know that something's going their way.
Yeah.
Is it Suwa? Where is it? I mean, this is really confounding and confirming the problem. But YZ is still so deep on this. He's been allowed to get this close. And Smoggy was none the wiser. Nobody's angle was not keeping this safe. Trying to be drawn away from this. Nobody is under a lot of pressure, making up for maybe a little bit of mistake, but Yosemite comes back around, finds damage. Bili dealing with EDG.
One of the most ridiculous pinches on A site. How did Yosemite get there?
I don't know.
Kank 1 off the Blade Storm. Does he clear close?
Of course he will. Let's go.
He was about to.
He was about to.
He was about to.
Quick enough. This time, Bili converting a thrifty hit. Mastercard thrifty coming through with 4 standing. And kind of talk to me about what happened for them there, because they got so far.
It's the paranoia from Rin. We talked about his questioning his investment, maybe. It's a rifle and a paranoia that comes through that allows this drift up YZ to find the initial punish, but it's Yosemite.
How's he gone
How
there?
he's able to backstab A site. Maybe that is just that moment of panic where a couple of people give up angles. I saw him deal with the cam in Garage previously. Was there a trip on B or anything?
Not. Kankan has decided that he would now like A long. So of course, if you're Bili, you're running to C. Avoid this man at all costs. He seems to be doing just that, but this now puts Chicho on the chopping block, a tough position to play in. He was kind of being pushed around a little earlier here. And a preemptive Hunter's Fury on this. Trying to post it across from B to C, but already a player's on the site. Chichu's in trouble. They're coming on in. Can he isolate a fair fight? And this is even get a chance, and he absolutely does, because the flash denied them all, and he denies them the site. Keeps it safe, keeps it secure. Finally, Chichu shows his hand, and it's a damn good one.
He's desperately looking for the recon to come through, but was still on cooldown regardless. Bides his time perfectly. Flash setting things in motion for that second kill on YZ. So blind on the swing.
Time for a break.
And a bit of a bailout round here with Chichu on an island. I was questioning his commitment once again towards sight. You saw how easily he's been punished before.
Yes.
And Bili looking to overwhelm with a very quick rotation away from A.
It looked like a good idea, right? By all of those accounts, it actually looked right, but not this time for Kangang. Gonna be actually chased. Yosemite chasing Smoggy down, gonna catch one in the heels, another drift of a fight, a dry fight, and a big backhand. Nobody sends YZ out of the round, evening the score up to a 4v4.
Haldron will clear through, but no confirmation of anybody's whereabouts.
Revealing area.
Just got to be careful of that. As you hit it through, neural theft will confirm, but lockdown ticking away here. Nobody committing towards the fire. Gagak is not in.
What? How am I? And I don't understand. I want to watch it back, but nobody's got to the side for a second. This is so bloody. This is ridiculous. How long in a 1v2? Look at the HP. It's possible. It's doable. Yosemite the one to stop this. Can he close it? 45 seconds and he holds. He waits. Patience pays. How long? Gets EDG in the lead.
The Red Bull clutch from Haldon
in the half.
to bring us into round 12 here, and Bili's bank has been broken. Rolling Thunder available, Hunter's Fury here, but they're going to struggle in terms of the inventory.
Oh!
I mean, I would love to even say that's an accidental one of those fat finger dash forwards, but
it's just Kang.
That's Kang.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he wanted to punish the plant.
Which he near on did.
Yeah.
A step closer, you know what I mean? That could have happened. We go back in, 6-5, EDG, yes, leading, but barely. But the money, YZ down to just the SMG here. Haldon deeper angle. Actually just drawn off it, the timing works well. YZ looking to close the gap a little, maybe slowed down by the paranoia, but wants to get into this. Two players, one right, one left. Now there's issues. Isolates a fight, but it's going to be EDG with the effective trades at 3-2. Leaving him a man up, and Biang, what? Betters nobody from that angle, leaving just one. Kang in a 1v2 and a safe plant for Bili. He's closing
Hang on, he's close here, and the Haldon could get punished.
The angles. Did he spot him? Did he see the final player? It looks, oh! Bianc, you are a lucky boy today. A split second either side, and it could have been different, but tied up at 6 apiece.
What an end to that half. EDG with the claw back in a couple of these rounds. Keep it level to close things out. Definitely spotted a retreat there, but Bianc plays, again, ballsy, but plays it perfectly.
He had to.
Doesn't give Kang any room to maneuver.
You can't. You give him a second, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. Kang cannot be allowed to do that. However, the opposing number we're about to hear from will be YZ.
其实，我们跟 DRX 打过很多次训练赛嘛，然后就我们知道他是一个那种战术储备很多的队伍，就是他第二张图在掏出了那种阵容的时候，其实我们也没有很惊讶，因为大家都在默默的执行战术，然后就可能我们后面打的会稍微有一些急吧，然后给了对面一些机会，然后对面也都抓住了，然后他们的翻盘就他们都是强队嘛，就是你给他机会他就抓住了，觉得就是我们自己没有做好。我觉得来到败者组之后这不是最后一场游戏了嘛？就是你输了你就回家了，就每一把都是最后一把了。就是我觉得这不是不是一个不好的事情嘛。首先是我们在上面输下来，就是也会有一些能提升的地方。然后到败者组之后，然后我觉得我们每个人都能就是背水一战嘛。
That was it. Here comes Buzz.
It's a different path, but YZ gets to kill himself. What the heck happened there? Why is he already with 2? Perhaps another ace on the cards. Why is he with 4? The ace on the other side, and it delivers once more.
就跟 EDG 之前确实还是有差距的，毕竟他们打了那么多次国际大赛了。我觉得从 BLG 建立以来，就是打的劣势局才是算最多的。我们就是能在每一次劣势的时候去找到机会，然后去击溃对手嘛，就是一帆风顺才是那种。就是大家说一帆风顺才是不正常的，然后我想就是说，就大家都加油吧。然后，如果我们真的能在败者组1传6、1传7的话，那我感觉整个 CN 的5位契约都要开香槟。
A fantastic map 3, keeping up to the quality we wanted between these two. Back and forth, we have it at 6 apiece. Mike, where is this one going?
I would love to be able to answer that one. Like I said, I think we're a little off course in terms of expectations here, but it's a close affair here on map 3.
Oh yeah.
If anyone can take an early lead in the second half. Trade-off of information. YZ forced to retreat. Well, not for long.
Kangkang's the one to win that fight. It still just feels so unfair, the amount of situations like
Classic
this.
has done dirty things the last few days.
Maybe get it. I might have to get the, the admins taking a look through that, whatever it's made of. But again, a great start. They've pulled away one player above a minute too, but look at the response from Bili. You want to take mid control, but EDG fully aware of that intent. There's one more player out here that could deny it all, and he's fallen. It was Rin with a chance, and this is clean as you like. 5 alive, and very few chances for Bianc now.
Frenzy in hand as well. The distance is going to be a concern. The cage will pop in front of him.
Spike planted.
Kangkang's posted on this angle. Wow.
Perfect.
Could cause concerns. Headshot found. 4 enemies left. Let's try and dig out here.
It's not going to happen there, is it? Little uphill. I mean, that was a very pacey start to things. Taking that fight towards long started it, but again, the clear back through middle as well, expecting this counter aggression that, I mean, Bili depended upon. They fell to pieces.
This is a solo probe sent down A long.
Yeah.
EDG trying to bait Bili out into some of these engagements in mid. Like you said, prepared for it. 4 frenzies. Well, they heard me. Can't make his mind up now. There'll be a ghost for Yosemite. So try and walk mid off the rip this time. Camera dealt with, so I don't know if Chi-Chu will have spotted, or he just knows that the camera's been dealt with.
Cover going out.
And it's a bit of a game of timing, but YZ's fallen, and that's over towards the seaside, so they should be able to get a plant. It's whether or not they can cause any chaos with these frenzies. That Sheriff, they are held back for now. Smokes are still in play, and Kangkang is defending this. The guardian of the site. Critical shot. I'm going to find Rin drifting back towards T side. 3 players. Still looking for a chance. Anyone out of place would be great, but they're in great positions here. Kangkang will go down, and that's not the end of the world for him. That was going to be just the Marshal, so he'll give that one up. It's going to be that Phantom. It'd be the Bulldogs. They're the costly pieces that Bili would love to take out of EDG's hands.
One enemy remaining.
Well, as we can see, Smoggy's having none of it.
Howdong still very diligent on the flank here. Bodyguard in K-Knight's position. Won't be given any sort of way back into this. No chance to find an exit. Any further damage for Survive on the side of EDG. And a comfortable start to the second half will bring in Ati some fairly crucial weaponry to the bonus here.
Big
And
fight.
look at that. Guardian, 2 Bulldogs to round things out.
Would you look at that?
They got the better of them there in that regard.
Now do they go up and over towards A? Where do they take this?
Bili go back over towards mid.
Let's get this started. 8-6 now. Big purchase coming in. Oh,
There they are.
big info too. It's very early round. Still plenty of time for adjusting.
Alto won't spot anything just yet. Still 3 players to try and dig out of these sorts of positions. Bianc testing the discipline here.
That corner could be pivotal.
Cage triggered.
Just going for the utility. Rin's attention now definitely on red alert. But no intention behind it. No follow-up. No presence. No further utility. It's just a pause. See if they can draw out some of this aggression, which really, Bili is not entertaining here.
No, and the concern being the later this goes, without EDG finding a kill on the back of this sort of weaponry brought into the bonus, it does become a little dicey.
Oh, it does.
Bili have dug their heels in to this three-man stack on A side.
YZ not checked on Knight. Oh, K-Knight can slow down towards long. This is going to put at least one on an island. That's going to be Bianc. Opening it up, nobody goes down. Kangkang on the follow-up as well. Takes down YZ. K-Knight can only stand for so long. Falls on the side stairs. They execute perfectly in 10 seconds.
Overwhelmed. 4v2 in favor of EDG. And you can see on the mini-map here, Rin and Yosemite looking to hold on to these rifles. EDG will go up to 9. Will be very concerning as well. Does this throw the finances off kilter a little bit?
And I mean, And I think the thing that worries me slightly about this is how clean that take was, right? We're starting to see that...
sorry to
Go, please.
It's really concerning that the later that gets, that's when actually, yes, it's a very well-invested bonus, but you feel like Bili, if they can commit to these crossfires, late round it becomes pretty dicey.
Like, even if Bianc goes down, I feel like Bianc was stunned, he was going to get checked on. You could have slowed down the players coming up towards long, which is what they looked like they did. Oh. All good, all good, all good. 2 rifles remain, but yeah, it does certainly throw the money into a little bit of a question mark. They'll be able to buy around it if they fancy, but they're not sure. We've seen these timeouts, Mike. We've seen them pump the brakes in these scenarios. But let's watch this again. No crossfire, no counter swing, no pressure from anywhere else. EDG had what they wanted to come up with something, right? Because they had a very, very competitive first half here. It has felt a little hot and cold. I'm nervous if EDG are starting to shift gear into, you know, that little bit of a higher form we know they can hit, right? And YZ isn't having the impact he had in Split. It's not been that same sort of form. Bili have looked good across the board. It's been okay. Yosemite's been fine. K9's been fine. Like, they're doing all right, but it hasn't been that one player to propel them forward in those scenarios where we are seeing Kankang having a round like that. We are seeing Nobody finding masses of impact in comparison to his very off game on Split. So a little bit of a shift here in map 3, and that's causing me concern. And the buy this time around, those 2 remaining rifles, yes, still in play, and they're going to supplement it with Sheriff's Stingers.
By the way, there's no way they heard Rin come up here, but the timing of him tucking into Cubby, and they drift away from C-Long. And look at the minimap.
Yeah.
There's 2 on site here, and Rin posted deep. The other 2 for Bili over on B site.
But he's got to get played in.
They're coming back this way.
He has to get played in. Someone has to almost be the sacrifice for him to find genuine value. You're not going to have mistakes here. You're playing against a side that is notorious for sitting in these corners.
Cleared.
Where was the play and where was anyone else? Leaving him on his own, hoping, praying that it works out. YZ, that's nice, but that's all it's going to be is a one Sheriff shot. But the other rifles made it to the site. Is it Yosemite? 21 HP, that's tough. Out on closing in, and Chi-Chu not gonna let it happen. I'd wanted to see a bit more for Rin there. Some support, some help. Wasn't to be.
And he's the one on the rifle as well. There's no chance, even if he does fall, somebody finds an upgrade. Really, really awkward exchange here for Bili.
Spike down.
Mind you, I've been critical of, obviously on map 1, them not being proactive. We saw lots of examples on Split. Yeah, that margin for error decreasing with every round. Feels like a must-win here for Bili in round 17.
And how do they do this? EDG, a similar look, eyeing up that C site. A passive hold from Bili, but Rin actually going to get contact towards Kankang. That's a first. Draws first blood and slows it down. Oh, look at the damage! Nobody gets punished on it. Trade comes out, and now the fight begins. They're trying to play ahead of it a little bit. Try and get in their face. That's what's worked for them. K9 this time, doing enough. Guess who's alive? Chi-Chu, a 1v4. Very tough positions to clear out, but a couple of 1v1s he could have.
If you isolate Yosemite,
oh,
that would have been the first.
It would have been.
Give him a fighting chance back onto site here to retrieve the spike, but nonetheless, Bili will find a response. They're first in the second half here. It's on the back of Bianc. Tagged down to 10 HP, still swings out. Finds a kill, sets K9 in motion to find a follow-up.
Operators there, Mike. Knives are in pocket.
Yep.
This is when one man gets all the attention. See what he's got for us. YZ, you better be ready. You know there's a chance for this. Suddenly the map feels different, so oppressive when he has this operator out.
Here.
Adjustment here, actually, on the back of Yosemite. Look at the utility. And bodies committed towards denying a site. Can they withstand the pressure though, Lauren?
Again, nervous YZ holding towards long. Could be overwhelmed. could be punished. K-Knight, can he back him up in time? Smoke going into play. Now you're getting ready. You know what's going to be coming your way. 4 players. Oh, it's fantastic from K-Knight and YZ. Playing together in unison, they handle EDG.
We've seen so many rounds like this where EDG and Bili are facing off with just a wall separating them. This time around, K-Knight. 3 beautiful kills. Funds still available for EDG. We'll see a timeout called, but it's a follow-up round found. Brings it within 2 here in terms of the scoreline. Ults are plenty. EDG, Hunter's Fury, Bladestorm, Rolling Thunder, and 1 away from Chichu and Haldong as well. Bili able to mirror that actually. Yosemite, I think, missing 2 towards the lockdown.
This is still so close. And this does also give Bili a chance to talk during EDG's timeout.
Yeah.
Check back in with those similar roles, that similar idea, keep a little bit of a hand on this. Because I feel like if Bili get left 2 alone, they lose some of that confidence, they lose a little bit of that momentum. I do want to see them be able to kind of like find that comfort in the way they're approaching this. So, as it stands, a similar hand to be played with. The money, a little bit of a predicament, but Kang does have knives, so not the end of the world there. He can run with that. Where does he bring him? Does YZ pop his? So much between these two, so equal in this round.
So with the
Need a drop.
judge being toyed with here for YZ.
Oh.
No, we'll get a rifle.
Okay, okay.
I think maybe trying to protect the funds a little bit behind this. Kang straight onto his, obviously. She slowing things down here. Start of round 19.
But look at this positioning from Bili. Are they reading this as an E-piece? Is this...
It's one of the most disgusting B-site holds I think I've ever seen.
Look at it. What do they know? I mean, for now, it's poor old YZ in a world of trouble. He can't really do much about this. It's just try and suffer through, see if he can survive. If there's anything else to put him down. But it'll be a full-on retake, and look who's getting aggressive towards CT. Counter ult comes in, they're going to take back through Garage. Chichu, he's gotten 1, trades there. Kang takes over, misses! And Yosemite's the one to punish. Great work from Haldong, great combination with nobody. And EDG weathering the storm.
So another example, though, just I feel like they're both singing from the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
Bili expecting a B-site hit maybe on the back of Kang, having the knives available, looking for maybe a drive-by plant to find it, and then the retreat, and it gives them a wide open C site, and EDG capitalize.
What do they do now? It just feels like, what hand are they going to show now? Because keep in mind, Bili still have all these ults, right? They got the lockdown, Hunter's Fury, knives there for YZ, Operator now coming out to play. Do they get the chance to use it this time? That's what EDG does. Looks like maybe that B piece they were considering before. Kang closing in a little, but may opt against it, may look towards C, may look towards Garage presence. But plenty of time to be toyed with.
Starting to see a lack of that proactivity, the initiative being taken around the map by Bili. As I say that, YZ will find nobody drifting into A lobby. Spurred on an explosion elsewhere on the map, but revealing area. Carriage might be the next port. Cool here. Smoggy punished. Further information found as well.
Looked like he did loads more damage, but he didn't. Kang still on around 80 HP. Paranoia is fantastic. Look at this. Close the gap. How did Rin get nothing out of that? How long's caught him? He's brought it back down to 3v4. Maybe there's still a chance of this. Bianca wants to get involved. Plays a little ahead. Slips through the smoke and tries to find a target. How long's found another. EDG, how are you doing this? Surely not. Bili might be crumbling here. YZ on the trade out. Oh, Yosemite, the only one to stand.
It's just such a wild exchange. The back and forth pendulum swing between these two teams now in map 3.
One enemy remaining.
This was so close. Ops out both side. Kankan with one, YZ with the other. Do we get a fight off the rip here? Let's have a little glance at it. YZ looking interested but not overcommitted. A TP taken towards Sewer. And they start to work. YZ adrenaline starting to pump now, surely.
I mean, since this adjustment of putting Yosemite and YZ in this sort of situation, other side of the wall, I got worried.
But Kankang's not. Kankang's out! He went for it! A gutsy play, but YZ too clean. Too aware, too on point. Looks towards Sewer now, controls the space, but look at EDG pivoting quickly.
There's opportunities elsewhere with a third player committed towards A site. Nobody though. Trying to find some space on B. Chichu's found Rin. It could open the floodgates. Yes, Smoggy will double down. Maybe a safe plant here.
It's all from A side as well. They've just divided the map in a different way. The horizontal split between them. Nobody gonna dip back through towards middle. Try and create a little bit of a crossfire here. Smoggy, very precarious in positioning.
Considering the lockdown.
Yeah,
they are.
They're going for it. And they could deny it, but Yosemite's gonna connect towards Chichu. Oh, another fight! This guy is wild! But nobody in a 1v2 does he get a chance. They're storming the gates. They're so close. He spotted him. He can't find K-Knight. And Bili get another go.
Barely anything separating these teams right now, Lauren. Just ridiculous.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, you even hear the lockdown. I mean, you see K-Knight committing to the run and gun there. I was like, whoa. Just one round.
Oh, look at the money for EDG, Mike.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Should be tied up here in round 22.
They've got two rifles. Smoggy and who's the other? Nobody. Nobody with the Phantom. Smoggy sitting on the Vandal. But that's about it. Everyone else working with far less. And nobody wants to go to B, apparently. He wants to get there quite quickly as well. Full space taken. And this is what Bili looked ready for before, but now only one posted up on this. That is going to be nobody. The utility didn't get cleared.
Mind game's in effect here.
That's the spike.
Bili peeling away from this 3-stack on A that has worked previously. Yosemite, this time around, investing utility elsewhere. EDG will capitalize. A little awkward to get the spike down just yet. Bianc primed and ready for the retake, though.
There we go, started off, uh-oh. Can Kankang do the dance? Trying to keep himself mobile here. It's nobody to find Yosemite first. And Kankang with another chance of things here. Spots out one towards CT, kind of gives away the intention of Bili want to break back in, and they might just be doing it. Hold on, nobody in unison. Taking EDG to 12. And these plays are so aggressive, it is wild to watch this.
What a ridiculous swing. You feel like once the smokes expire, Bili should have the upper hand, but...
Oh!
Blood, sweat, and tears going into map 3 here, Lauren. EDG on the brink.
GG. Or a chance at OT. EDG on the attack inside, eyeing up that C site. There is 3 players not far away from this. One of them, Rin. Not ideal weaponry. Has full kit though. Now noted, does he get played in on this now? Do they continue on this path? Wait, hold on. This could be big. They're trying to pressure this. They're trying to push down towards this. Look at Rin taking the space. Chichu's fallen. There's a real shot at this one. They're hurting him away. And look at the other side of the map. YZ has backfilled this. He's going to hit Kankang. He's still got him. YZ down. The gate's looking open towards A, but do they go back?
They've baited them. Yosemite heading all the way across here with K-Knight. Actually destroying the dart.
Take flight.
Still shows presence on C long here. Drone will come through. Only spotting one though.
Didn't catch Rin.
No. But they've already split the defenses.
They have.
We'll have a 4v2 potentially on C site here.
And Rin still only got that stinger. Going to be stunned up too. Closing the gap. This is all in from Bianc. He's hoping he doesn't get checked and he's slipping to the smoke. He does, and Rin succeeds. Bianc doubles down, but it's nobody. Finding both. Leaving them in a 2v2. Plant should be okay. We've got one towards long and one towards CT.
Look at the HP bars though, 45 HP a piece here.
Oh,
and Yosemite's found the kill!
It's all on one to close it. Can Smoggy get EDG across the line? K-Knight's position is ratty, it's patient, and it might just pay. Yosemite trying to play his life, and Smoggy gets to slip away.
One kill in the Rolling Thunder, Lauren.
There is timing on this. Oh my God, he's got it, baby. He's got the ult. Yosemite's barely got a breath. Look at his HP, it's 10 HP. It's all he's got. And is this a chance for Yosemite to close in? He's trying it, but time is running low. He's got to move, he's got to go! EDG sending Bili back.